the good times roll? Are you ready for Kernels baseball? The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, and the Class A affiliate of the Anaheim Angels welcome you to Cedar Rapids Kernels baseball. Now in his ninth season as the voice of the Kernels, here's John Rogers.
Thursday evening greetings from Battle Creek, Michigan. The Kernels remain one game behind Kane County and tied for second with Peoria with just 4 games remaining in the season's first half. We are in desperate need of a win here tonight to break a mini 4-game losing skid, get back on the winning track, and set up momentum for our weekend series at O'Brien Field in Central Illinois against the Peoria Chiefs. Tonight's a big game for the Kernels. Tomorrow's a big game. Abel Marino will pitch tomorrow evening in Peoria. Abel's been sensational on the hill as one of the Kernel starters this spring and summer. With the help of Kernel catcher Tommy Duenas, Abel Marino joins us next on the dugout interview from C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek. This is Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Hey, man, what's up?
Just getting ready to kick your butt.
Right. And mess up your hair?
You just wish you could look this good. No, nothing but net.
Hey, I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to make my hair look as good as yours. I mean, who has time to schedule an appointment, let alone show up for it?
Not me. I just go to Cost Cutters. I can get in whenever it's convenient for me.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you just walk into Cost Cutters and come out looking good?
Well, for some of us, that comes naturally. But Cost Cutters makes it easier. They can do anything you want. A cool cut, even some color, and get some of that styling gel stuff to keep you looking good. Like me.
Oh, so that's why your hair never moves.
Oh, you're funny.
Cost Cutters. Thanks, man. This will save me some time.
Great. Then you'll have time to work on your game.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Are you a busy guy? Save yourself time and walk into one of our area's 12 Cost Cutters whenever it's convenient for you. Then relax, because Cost Cutters will make things easy and affordable for you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
With the help of Kernel catcher Tommy Duenas, Abel Marino is our dugout interview guest. And Tommy, I wanted to start off by asking if Abel could tell us a little bit about his childhood. According to Abby and Tom Pomeroy, when he was a little infant baby, his parents fled Haiti, got out of the desperation and poverty of Haiti and moved to the Dominican Republic. Has Abel's parents ever talked to him about that? Does he remember it at all?
Él te está preguntando de cuando tú eras chiquitico y cuando tus padres se fueron de tu país para moverse a la Dominicana para tener una vida mejor. Si tus padres te han contado de eso.
Sí, mis padres me han contado eso. Más mi madre, porque yo me crié con mi madre, ella que me ha dado todo, que me ha ayudado, donde estoy, que me ha dado todo, la ayuda de ella y con Dios adelante. Sí.
He says that basically his mom was the one that took him out of the poverty, took him to the Dominican, and that he thanks his mom for everything. His mom's the one, the reason he's here today, and she's helped him in every single aspect of life, whatever he's needed, and he's been blessed, with a mother like that, and God has blessed him. Basically.
Well, thank you, Abel. The next thing I wanted to cover with Abel, Tommy, is the difficulty that many of the Latin players from Venezuela, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Panama, in coming to our culture and our country. Let me give you an example. Is Abel able to go into a restaurant now, read the menu, and order anything he wants, or is he still learning how to order food when he has to eat on the road? Does he know how to order something besides the same thing?
Que si él está hablando de cuando tú, si has aprendido ya cómo vivir aquí en América, en entrar a un restaurante, por ejemplo, y leer el menú y saber lo que ordenar, o si tienes que todavía pedir ayuda, o si sabes leer el menú, o si sabes qué ordenar, si es carne o lo que sea, así.
Sí. Ya por lo menos en el restaurante yo sé cómo pedir, aunque no sé leer mucho de la palabra en inglés, pues sé cómo pedir la cosa que me gusta y la comida que quiero.
He says, yeah, he knows what he's doing already. I mean, he walks into a restaurant. I mean, it's still tough for him to read the English language, but he pretty much knows what he wants, and he knows how to order his food. He knows what he likes in English, how to say it in English and stuff. So he's pretty good with that.
Besides some of the necessities, Tommy, of having to learn how to order food and open a checking or banking account in the United States. What is the major difference? I guess, what does he like about our country the most, and what does he miss the most about his country, the Dominican Republic?
Que él está diciendo que te gusta más de estar en los Estados Unidos y que te extraña más de la casa.
Oh, bueno, a mí me gusta más en América porque todas las cosas como más fácil. Y aquí puedo ayudar a mi mamá, tanto mi mamá allá en Dominica, y yo aquí puedo conseguir dinero para mandar a ella y para ella comprar algo que necesite, porque yo sé que ella no está en la situación de conseguir lo que ella quiere suficiente, porque tengo que, pues estoy trabajando mucho, poniendo más de mi parte, a ver si le ayuda a ella mucho.
Well, basically he said about that, what he loves about America is that he's able to play ball, and he can come here and basically, work hard and make his money. Everything's a lot easier here. He can make his money to send to his mom, who's not in the best situations over there in the Dominican, and he's just doing whatever he can on his part, to help out his family and help out his mom. Y también le quiere saber qué te extraña más del país tuyo.
Lo que me extraña más es mi hijo, mi Georgie y mi madre. Bueno, la comida también me extraña porque ya no me extraña tanto, porque como el primer año, porque ya me estoy acostumbrando a comer la comida de aquí. Bueno, no me extraña tanto ya como el año pasado.
He says he's adjusted more. I mean, obviously he misses his home and his son and just his mom basically, but he's doing a lot better this year than he did last year. He's gotten more used to it and stuff. So.
Well, he's done a remarkable job, I think, Tommy, adjusting to our culture and our country, and he's had a fabulous season as well. Abel Marino is our dugout interview guest from Battle Creek. The Kernels look to get back on the winning track after dropping the first 3 here to the Yankees. We'll take a break from C.O. Brown Stadium and continue our dugout interview with the help of Kernel catcher Tommy Duenas with Kernel pitcher Abel Marino in just a moment. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Look around you. Everyone's different. Some of us are tall, many of us are short. If you think about it, there are many important differences among people. That's what makes us all individuals. Insurance needs are individual, too. Talk to your Pekin Insurance Agency, Sheets, Forrest, Draper Insurance in Marion, about the proper insurance coverages for your individual needs. See Scott Draper at Sheets, Forrest, Draper in Marion about insurance for your home, auto, life, health, or business. You can depend on your hometown professionals with Pekin Insurance. Here's a fact about the new Veterans Memorial Stadium I bet you didn't know. All of the grounds surrounding our community's newest source of pride are maintained by Greg's Lawn Service. That's right, it's Greg's Lawn Service that provides you with that initial lift when you approach our magnificent new ballpark. Greg's Lawn Service can put their first-class signature on your yard, elevating it to the same immaculate condition you see around the stadium. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest since 1983.
Tommy, I wanted you to ask Abel a little bit about when he was scouted and signed in the Dominican Republic. He is blessed to have very large hands and long fingers. Did the scouts do any kind of measuring of his hands or fingers, or did they remark to him that he might be a pitcher rather than a position player because of the extraordinary size of his hands?
Él está hablando de cuando los scouts fueron a ver la Dominicana, que si ellos se fijaron en las manos tuyas, lo grandes que son para tu pichar, o si jugabas otra posición, y eso porque te querían poner a pitcher, porque por las manos que la tienes tan grandes.
Yo no me di cuenta si ellos se fijaron en mi dedo, pues sí, cuando yo me fui a firmar, sí, yo le caí bien a ellos, el primer día que le tiré a ellos, a Craig Danny, y bueno, ellos quedan de volver a verme, y cuando me dijeron que fuera con mi papel, con todo, para que fuera a firmar, y bueno, el mismo día me firmaron, pues no me di cuenta si me fijaron en mi mano, pues ellos sí creían en mí todo el tiempo que yo sí podía pichar en la Grande Liga.
He basically said that no, he doesn't think that they realized how big his hands were and how much of an advantage that was. He says that when he was there and he pitched for Clay Daniel, that they were very impressed with the way he pitched, and he signed that day. They told him to bring back his papers, and he signed that day, and they had faith and confidence in him that he could pitch in the big leagues.
Abel is from the Dominican Republic, and Tommy, something that's really changed in the game since I've been in it for 9 years, one thing for sure is cell phones. Every guy has a cell phone, another thing is a lot of the American players have tattoos. Is getting a tattoo in the Dominican Republic very popular, or is it considered something that just American players do?
Él está hablando de los jugadores americanos y los jugadores dominicanos. Él se está fijando de que los jugadores americanos cogen tatuajes y que los dominicanos usualmente cogen tatuajes también, pero también celular, como todo el mundo tiene celular, que si es una cosa normal coger tatuajes, están los dominicanos como los americanos.
Bueno, yo no digo porque cada mundo tiene su idea. Pues a mí no me gusta el tatuaje, el celular sí, porque a veces tengo que llamar a mi familia. El celular yo lo tengo porque es importante para llamar a los amigos, porque el tatuaje no me gusta con tatuaje, siempre no me gusta como marcar mi cuerpo como con algo que no debe.
He said that basically, whatever to each his own, that's everybody's own idea, whatever they want to do. I mean, the cell phone, obviously he has it because, he can get to call home, he gets to call his parents and stuff, and get to call people who he cares about, be in touch with those people.
Abel Marino, our dugout interview guest, he'll start tomorrow evening, the first of three against Peoria. Will the Kernels be tied for first, tied for second, in second alone, or in third place? Well, a lot will depend on what happens this evening here in the series finale in Battle Creek. Our dugout interview guest, tomorrow night starter, Abel Marino. Special thanks to Tommy Duenas for helping us in translating the questions and getting the answers from the Colonel pitcher, Abel Marino. I'll have this evening's starting lineups, the Kernels and Battle Creek Yankees series finale from Cereal City, USA in just a minute. This is Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Most of us have been in a situation before in buying an automobile where what we owe is more than what our vehicle is worth. And sometimes it's thousands of dollars. There is a better way to put yourself in a better position when it comes to value, quality, and reliability. Put yourself into an industry-leading Honda automobile from Randy Kiel Honda. The Odyssey minivan boasts being #1 in safety and the #1 minivan on the market for the last 5 years. The Honda Accord leads the way in safety and has made the Car and Driver's Top 10 list more than any other car in history. The Pilot topped the SUV categories in its first year out and remains a class leader. And the CR-V continues leading in its class since its arrival in 1997. The subcompact Element is so functional and practical, they're selling as fast as they arrive. So doesn't it make sense to get the best value in the market at Randy Kiel Honda? Great folks to deal with, too, and #1 when it comes to getting you the best price. The home of confidence is Randy Kiel Honda, Centerpoint Road, or on the web at randykiel.com.
Overcast, warm, lovely Thursday evening. It could be made brighter if the Kernels can derail the red-hot Battle Creek Yankees. Battle Creek has turned its back 3 times in a row in this series, accumulating 23 runs to our 7 in their 3 victories. They're red-hot. They've won 6 of their last 7. The Kernels came in here very hot, having won 9 of 12, but have hit the skids a bit here against the Battle Creek Yankees. Let's hope for a turnaround starting tonight before we head into Peoria for a critical 3-game series with the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals. Bill Mosiello is the skipper here in Battle Creek, taking over for former Colonel manager Mitch Cioni. Mitch was sent back to Florida to deal with personal issues, and we wish him well. Battle Creek's record 32-33. They're a game under 500, but they're sizzling hot at home, 21-12, and they've won 6 of their last 7 here at C.O. Brown Stadium. 1 game under 500. Their lineup has Bryce Cartler leading off, the designated hitter. Hector Made has been murder on us in this series, 7 for 14 with 5 doubles. Made's the shortstop, batting second. Hitting third for Battle Creek at third base, the first-round pick, Eric Duncan. He's third in the league, tied for third with 18 doubles. Eric Duncan bats third and plays third for the Yankees. The cleanup man, Matt Carson in right field. Carson has 7 RBIs in the 3 games here in Battle Creek. He's batting .375 in 21 games. Hitting fifth, a switch hitter in center field, Errol Andrus. The Yankee first baseman is Whitey Herzog's great-grandson, John Urich. John Urich at first, bats sixth. Batting seventh in left field, S.D. Harris. Tommy Rojas will catch and hit 8th for Battle Creek, and batting ninth at second base, Enrique Cruz. He has 4 hits in the series. On the hill is a lefty, Chase Wright. He's 21 years old. He's in his 4th year of pro ball. He was taken by the Yankees in the 3rd round back in 2001 out of Iowa Park High School in Texas. The lefty this year has won 5 and lost 5, an ERA of 5.46, and he leads the league in walks. He's walked 40 men in 59 in the 3rd inning. Last time, no decision. He pitched in the nightcap of a doubleheader here against Dayton, a 5-0 Yankee win. Chase Wright, 4 scoreless innings and allowed just one run, or no runs rather, on one hit. That's the Battle Creek order. Allen Motor Company is proud to bring you an Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. Allen's grand opening Kia sale coinciding with their 101st year birthday bash. Visit Allen Motor Company now for fabulous deals on 2004 Kias. In fact, every Kia Sedona is under $20,000 right now at Allen. It includes a 5-star safety rating, and get this, if you buy now during Allen's 101st year birthday bash, during their Kia grand opening sale, your first year's maintenance is absolutely free. It's on Allen. 2004 Kia Sorrentos, grand opening sale price just $349 per month at Allen. The Kias have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program. Fabulous deals at Allen Motor Company during the Allen Kia grand opening sale, part of their 101st year birthday bash. Allen's is open late till 9 o'clock tonight. See them at I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha, their beautiful campus. The Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, Quan Cosby, switch hitter in center field leading off. Batting second in left field is Midwest League All-Star Matt Pauley. Blake Balcom will be in right, and he'll hit third in the Allen Motor Company order. Batting cleanup and catching, it's Bobby Wilson. Brandon Wood, Midwest League All-Star Reserve, will hit fifth. Brandon's the shortstop. Matt Brown had his 16th home run of the year taken away from him on a sensational catch yesterday in left field by S.T. Harris. Brownie's still third in the league in homers with 15, third in the league in RBIs with 48. Matt Brown at the hot corner, bat sixth. Newcomer Baltazar Lopez played yesterday, and he's back in the Allen Motor Company order at first base, batting seventh this evening. Michael Collins getting his first action as a Colonel. Michael from Australia will serve as the DH and bat eighth. And batting ninth, rounding out the Allen Motor Company order at second base, Sean Rodriguez. On the hill for the Kernels, making his 13th start of the year, a record of 5-3, 21-year-old right-hander Michel Samar. Michel Samar, 22 years old, 5-3 with an ERA of 3.04. Samar was a winner his last start Saturday at home against Beloit. 7 innings, gave the Snappers only 1 run. On 8 hits, he fanned 3 and walked 1. Michel Samar, 5-3, a 3.04 ERA on the hill for the Kernels. That's the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. Our great friends at Anderson & Brown Eye Care now proud to present the Anderson & Brown Eye Care umpiring team. This duo of umpires, Jesse Redwine behind the plate and Nick Monaco on the diamond, has to focus on the goal of getting the calls right. That ability to focus on getting the balls and strikes, the out or safe, the fair or foul calls, is what it's all about as an umpire. Anderson & Brown Eye Care can help make sure your eyes focus properly for the everyday calls you have to make at work, at home, on the highway. Anderson & Brown Eye Care is your family eye care center. Anderson & Brown Eye Care, located inside Lens Crafters in Westdale Mall, Coral Ridge Mall, and North Park Mall in Davenport. Again, the Anderson & Brown Eye Care umpiring duo, Jesse Redwine behind the plate, Nick Monaco on the diamond. The Kernels start play tonight with a record of 38-27, 1 game behind first place Kane County, and an identical record with second place Peoria. The Chiefs are playing in Fort Wayne this evening, and first place Kane County is up the road in Lansing. Now, we go from here to Peoria, and then Kane County plays Burlington. So Kane County's in the driver's seat. But remember, what we have to do above all else is take care of our own business. If the Kernels win out, if we win our next 4 games, we're in the playoffs because we have the tiebreaker over Peoria. Well, if we win our next 4 games, we'll surpass Peoria in the standings, so that won't be a factor. But the point I'm trying to make before Battle Creek takes the field here is that the Kernels still control their own destiny. As poorly as we've played recently, we still are in the driver's seat when you think about it. So let's hope Michel Samar can do what he's done all year, and that is compete at that high level that he's given the Kernels all season long. And prevent Battle Creek from jumping ahead. The Yankees have had the advantage of taking the lead in all three of their wins here in this series, and we need to put a stop to that. We're going to check the State Farm Major League scoreboard in just a moment. First of all, it's 6 o'clock in eastern Iowa, 7 o'clock here in Michigan. We want to remind you that you're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Our in-studio engineer is Emily. I'm John Rogers. And the Battle Creek Yankees sprint out onto the field, having won 6 of their last 7. Before we give the State Farm Major League scoreboard, we're going to pause here at C.O. Brown Stadium. It's partly sunny and somewhat overcast, and we're going to honor America with the playing and singing of the national anthem. In fact, the national anthem singer is a little girl. She's marching out to the grass area between the dirt batting circle and the crushed limestone warning track material. The little girl is going to face home plate in the pitcher's mound. Here's the singing of the national anthem. Rousing ovation for a young girl who did a fabulous job singing the national anthem. Michelle Samar was on the hill when the Kernels last won Saturday night at home against Beloit. He'll be pitching this evening trying to help the Kernels snap a 4-game losing streak. I'm John Rogers. We'll have that look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus Kernel Baseball in just 1 minute. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
Dun, 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 dun,
da 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 da! Hey, call the A-Team! Hey, Matt, thanks for having us over for the game, but we could have had it at my house. My TV is bigger, and my AC works.
I thought you were supposed to get that fixed while your wife was out of town this week.
Oh, man, I totally forgot, and she's coming home tomorrow.
She's gonna kill you.
What am I gonna do?
You need to call the A-Team.
The A-Team?
Yeah, Ahern Plumbing and Heating. They can get you service in 24 hours, guaranteed.
I better call Ahern Plumbing and Heating right away.
Chase Wright, in his 4th year professional baseball, drafted out of high school from Texas, will face a fellow Texan, Quan Cosby, to start action here this evening at C.O. Brown Stadium, where the sun's trying to peek through. Afternoon action on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Gary Schubat, Al Shetler, and Lanny Peterson. First game of a doubleheader at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies upended Detroit 6-2 at Great America Ballpark. This afternoon, the Reds trimmed the Rangers 4-3. The Royals crowned the Braves 10-4 at Turner Field earlier today. It was the Mariners sinking Milwaukee 6-3 at Miller Park. The Red Sox clobbered Colorado in Denver 11-0 today. The game's first pitch is a strike to Quan Cosby. We're underway. Good to see Quan taking a pitch from Chase Wright, the lefty. Quan hitting .245. Didn't play in yesterday's Kernels 7-1 loss. Cosby shoots one foul off the end of the bat, strike two. Another final from this afternoon in San Francisco. The Giants dumped Toronto. Well, wait a minute. It's in the top of the ninth. San Francisco leads Toronto 8-5 in the top of the ninth at SBC Park. Lefty Chase Wright's ahead of Quan, 0-2. And he misses outside with the fastball. The Kernels are in their all-gray road uniforms with red numbers trimmed in white. Red socks. Quan is batting right-handed. He wears a couple of red sweat bands on his forearms, and he lost one foul into the screen behind home plate to stay alive at 1-2. Cosby, Pauly, Balcom here in the Kernel first inning. Battle Creek has won 6 of their last 7, and they're trying for a sweep here that would bring them to the 500 mark. The Kernels desperately need a victory to stay in the thick of things in the first half playoff chase. A slider, and the plate umpire summarily dismisses Quan Cosby. He did not go around. When things aren't going your way, it even seems that the umpiring goes against you. Quan checked his swing in time on a slider low and in, but behind first base 40 feet, Nick Monaco gave an emphatic out sign that Quan broke his wrist. So Quan strikes out to start this evening's play. Here's Matt Pauly. Boy, would it be nice to get a lead. We haven't gotten a lead in quite a long time, it seems. Strike one to Matt Pauly. Matt was 0 for 3 yesterday. The fellow that 2 hit us and faced just 1 over the minimum, Stephen White, was promoted to Tampa in the Florida State League after his dominating performance here yesterday. Ball 1 is high to Pauly. Matt has 5 home runs, including a 2-run homer here in our 13-4 loss Tuesday night. A slider, and Pauly took it. Strike 2 from Chase Wright. In 59 in the third innings, he's given up 73 hits. Struck out 39 batters in 59 in the third, walked the league-high 40, making his 14th start of the year, an ERA of 5.46. Look out! Matt Pauly hurls his bat past first base coach Justin Bachman as he strikes out swinging. 2 gone here in the Kernel first inning. This guy's not a strikeout pitcher, but he's fanned the first 2 Kernels. Boy, when you're going bad, you're going bad. And we aren't going good right now. The first 2 are gone on strikes. Here's Blake Balcom. Blake hitting .279, 4 homers, 25 RBIs. Base is empty, 2 out. Blake has had a good series. He is 4 for 11. He had one of the Kernel 2 hits yesterday, and he scored our only run of the day in the 6th inning after Battle Creek scored 6. A drive into right down the line, may carry near the wall, and it is a foul ball. It tailed foul. It would have been a double or triple down the right field line at Wynn. It's 333 feet down the right field line here at C.O. Brown Stadium. 322 feet down the left field line, a picnic area just to the left of the foul pole, and the Kernel bullpen is down in the left field corner. It's 4:02 to dead center with an 18-foot high Yankee blue wall. Blake Balcom is even on the count, 1-1. Quan Cosby and Matt Pauly have both fanned here in the top of the first inning as the Kernels look for some kind of sign of life, some spark. Patience and persistence are usually the key to finding those 2 things and making things happen. Putting pressure on the defense, picking each other up, doing something to make it happen. Ball 2 is low and into Blake. Balcom's a right-handed batter. He hit .290 in 36 games with Provo last year. He takes a strike, a fastball at the knees. There's a grandstand roof here at C.O. Brown Stadium. It's supported by 60-foot high girders or pillars that are a baby blue color. A ground ball to first. An easy play there for John Urich, and the Kernels go in order in the top of the first inning. Boy, we just can't get it going and get a lead. But a long way to go in this one, and a terrific competitor on the hill for the Kernels Michelle Samar. The Kernels go in order in the top of the first for the fourth straight time in this series. And after one half inning, Kernels nothing, Battle Creek coming to bat. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Papa John's.
Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99.
Papa John's.
Better call Papa.
When it comes to fun in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, nothing compares to the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub. As you bask in the soothing comfort of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub, you'll be taking in the action from a breathtaking perch just above the left field wall. Register for your chance to be drawn as the winner of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub by visiting Westdale Mall.
Battle Creek set to face 5-game winner Michelle Samar, the 22-year-old French-Canadian right-hander, completing his warm-up tosses. I want to correct something I said earlier. We have not scored in the first half inning in this series. We have put men on base. Monday night in our 3-2 loss, Matt Pauley drew a one-out walk. Tuesday night in our 13-4 loss, we got a pair of 2-out singles from Wilson and Wood. Yesterday we went down in order in the first inning, and tonight we went down in order. So we need to do something to rev things up. We need an igniter, a catalyst, somebody to shake us up a little bit. Bryce Cartler, a left-handed hitting batter, takes strike one calls from Michelle Samar. Matt Brown is playing in on the grass at third, 12 feet off the line. Brandon Wood at short, Sean Rodriguez at second, and Baltazar Lopez at first. And a bunt up the first base side is a foul ball off the bat of Bryce Cartler. Cartler's in the hole, 0-2. Bryce didn't play yesterday. He's 3 for 8 in the series. 4 home runs, 15 RBIs for the Arizona State ball player, 24 years old, a Yankee 11th round pick last year out of Arizona State. Bryce Cartler, a left-handed hitter with a straight up and down stance. And, in fact, he holds his bat up like a Roman candle. And he takes a slider low. Bobby Wilson was about to start it around the horn. He and the Kernels thought they had Cartler struck out on that pitch from Michelle Samar. The outfield plays straight away. Matt Pauley in left, Quan Cosby in center, Blake Balcom in right. The sun is still trying to break through. Ball 2 is up and into the batter. Matt Pauley, all-star first baseman, playing in left field with Baltazar Lopez at first. It was 0-2, now it's 2-2. Now it's 3-2, ball 3, high and outside. Boy, it looked like we had him struck out on an 0-2 pitch. Battle Creek is batting .268 here at C.O. Brown Stadium in 33 games. They've won 21 of those 33. Overall, they're hitting .262, tied for 4th in the league. Whoops, I'll be darned. We walked him. We were ahead of him 0-2, and we walked him. Huh. Oh, that's something. That's something. You're ahead of a guy 0-2, and then an 0-2 pitch is a curve to the knees, and they call it a ball. And a walk. All right, we have to live with that. Hector Made is the batter. Made has been tough to deal with in this series. He's 7 for 14, batting .280, 5 doubles in this series. Hector has 5 doubles, 3 homers, 18 RBIs. Well, let's turn that walk around by turning a double play. A throw to first. It gets away from Lopez. Baltazar chases it down before Bryce Cartler can advance to second. Baltazar Lopez got tangled up with the runner, who has 5 steals and 7 tries. Cartler The value of a walk. Boy, have we kind of forgotten and put that on the back shelf during this losing streak. The value of a walk. Another throw to first, and the runner back in hand first. We were ahead of him 0-2 and somehow let him off the hook. Well, that's just because he's a good leadoff batter. Here's a strike at the knees on the outside corner to Hector Mate. Mate steps out. I want to correct myself. He's 7 for 15 in the series, not 7 for 14. A throw to first, and Bryce Cartler again dashes back in ahead of the tag by the Kernel first baseman. Tomorrow, the Kernel box office will be taking your phone calls for All-Star Game tickets or tickets to any of our remaining home games in the second half, starting at 10 o'clock. Made swings at a breaking pitch and misses, strike 2. The ticket office phone number, 896-7560. 896-7560. Made is a slim, lean shortstop, 19 years old, from the Dominican. He looks like he can play. Slightly open stance. Cartler not running. A curveball is popped up. Third baseman Matt Brown drifts behind the bag at third, and in fair ground by a couple of steps. Hector Mate is retired. Good job by Michel Samar to come right after the batter when he got ahead 0-2. He got Hector Mate to hit his pitch, a curveball, and pop up third. 1 on, 1 out for Eric Duncan here in the first inning. No score. The Tigers are playing a doubleheader in Philadelphia, a twi-nighter. Detroit lost the first game 6-2 to the Phillies. Samar fires first, and back safely is Bryce Cartler. As a team, the Yankees are ranked 11th of 14 teams in the Midwest League, 11th in stolen bases. They're tied for 4th in hitting, tied for 5th in home runs, 11th in base stealing, and 9th in pitching. Yet here they are, almost at 500. Strike 1 at the knees to Eric Duncan, a slider from Michel Samar. Michel, in 71 innings, has given up 72 hits this season. He has struck out 68 men in 71 innings and only walked 19. Another throw to first, and the runner again scoots back hand first. Now Bryce Cartler calls time. He wants to smooth out the dirt about 10 feet away from first base with his spikes, and he does that. The scoreboard here at C.O. Brown Stadium is in left center field. It's Yankee blue with big white letters on the top that say Battle Creek Yankees. They had a encouraging announcement today. The club is in the process of being sold, and the new owners are going to do their best to keep it right here in Battle Creek. That announcement was big news here in Battle Creek this afternoon. They had a formal press conference. The runner not going, and ball 1 is outside to Michel Samar. We have got to get back to innings where we bat for a long time, whether we score or not, and that we have shorter innings in the field. We're getting into this routine of batting in less than 3 or 4 minutes and then spending 8 or 10 minutes out in the field, and that is not a good tempo if you're trying to win ball games. You want to be the one, when you're on defense, that is pitching, saying you dictate the pace. You don't let that batter dictate the pace to you. A pitch just outside. Did the batter go around? No, says Nick Monaco. In the first half inning, he said that Quan Cosby did go around on a similar swing, but not this left-handed batter, Eric Duncan. Monaco said he didn't go around. And he didn't, but neither did Quan in the first inning, the first half inning. A throw to first, and it's rather close as Cartler dives back in safely again. Now the sun is peering out here. Battle Creek in their Yankee look-alike uniforms. Everything looks like the Yankees except the lettering on the left chest says BC instead of NY. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. The left-handed batter Duncan steps out again. Eric is batting .281, a team-high 10 home runs for the Yankees, and he's 4th in the league just behind our own Matt Brown in RBIs with 47. Eric Duncan, first-round pick out of the state of New Jersey, 19 years old. Swing and a miss on a curve, a throw to second, runner safe. Runner safe at second is Eric Duncan's hand. Bryce Cartler just did beat a perfect throw from Bobby Wilson. It could have gone either way, but Cartler was ruled safe as Eric Duncan strikes out. Runner at second for the red-hot Matt Carson. You almost feel like you have to walk this guy. He has 4 hits in the series and has produced 7 runs with those 4 hits. A 3-run double in the 5th inning broke things open yesterday when it was scoreless. Swing and a miss by Matt Carson out of Brigham Young, 22 years old, a native of California, sent back here to Battle Creek after he struggled in Tampa. Carson hitting .375. Ground ball, foul past third. Foul past third. That would have scored a run. It took the plate umpire quite a while to take his mask off and point foul. Boy, Matt Carson hit it hard past third. Foul by inches. That would have chased Bryce Cartler home. That would have been Carson's 9th double in this is 22nd game. But it was foul, and he's down in the count 0-2. Samar leans in and now comes set just above the belt. Checks the runner at second, and a curve and a swing and a miss. Matt Carson fans on 3 pitches, and after a leadoff walk, Michelle Samar prevents the Yankees from taking the lead. No runs for Battle Creek in the first, no hits, a walk, a stolen base. There were no Kernel errors, and the Yankees leave a runner aboard. Kernels come to bat in the top of the second. No score in Battle Creek. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Kernels fans, your Cedar Rapids Taco Bell restaurants have something new for you to cheer about this season. A Taco Bell 10 spot. When the Kernels score 10 or more runs at any game this season, you'll score beef tacos for just 39 cents the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell. That's a savings of 50 cents per taco, limit 10 per customer. Remember, when the Kernels pick up a Taco Bell 10 spot by plating 10 or more runs in any game, you get up to 10 39-cent beef tacos the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell.
The road to glory. For one truly exceptional individual, the lure of America's pastime and baseball immortality brought him to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This is his story. Even though he is a quiet, reserved man, many say he left an indelible mark in Cedar Rapids baseball history. ESPN Radio's Bobby V.
They say if he ever does go back, Rob Dibble will end up serving hard time.
His work with wayward women inspired teammates and fans alike. ESPN's Mike Golick and Mike Greenberg.
I hear Dibble got his first tattoo in Cedar Rapids. That's not the first thing he got in Cedar Rapids.
Rude? Maybe. Lewd? Okay, I'm guilty, but never tattooed. Not Cedar Rapids.
Rob Dibble. On the road to glory.
The Zone. Dibs, trust me, it's okay for you to visit Cedar Rapids. That restraining order's been lifted.
Dynamite first inning for Michelle Samar. Getting ahead of the leadoff batter, Bryce Cartler. He lost him on a walk. He then got Hector Mate to pop to third. Struck out Eric Duncan as Cartler stole second and then fanned Matt Carson on 3 pitches. Bobby Wilson first up for the Kernels against lefty Chase Wright. Let's set Battle Creek for you defensively. S.T. Harrison left, Harold Anderson center, Matt Carson in right. Bobby takes a curve low from Chase Wright. At third for Battle Creek, Eric Duncan, the shortstop Hector Made, and Enrique Cruz, the son of former Houston great Jose Cruz Jr., has a ground ball come his way. He shuffles to his left and from shallow right throws out Bobby Wilson. Bobby Wilson's bid for an opposite field single turned aside on a good play to his left by second baseman Enrique Cruz. 1 out in the Kernels' second, and 4 in a row now retired by the southpaw Chase Wright. Here's Brandon Wood. The first baseman for Battle Creek, John Urich, the grandson of Whitey Herzog. The catcher is Tommy Rojas. Brandon Wood takes a fastball upstairs. Brandon's batting .280. 8 home runs, 38 RBIs for the Anaheim Angels first-round draft pick of a year ago. 19-year-old Brandon Wood. A hard slider is down and in, and it's 2-0 to the Colonel shortstop. Slightly open stance, right-handed hitter with a two-tone color bat, a white ash handle, a black barrel, and a lazy fly ball for Errol Andrus in center. Andrus doesn't have to move a step to snag that one. 5 in a row retired by the lefty with the 5-5 record. We're just a little bit too eager at the plate. We just won't work deep into counts during this losing skid. And that's a sign that you're pressing and trying to do it all yourself. You think, well, I can't get on first base because that won't produce an instant run. I better swing for the fences or get an extra base hit or do something with the bat. And that's all well and good. You have to swing the bat to produce runs, but you also need to look at the line of the pitcher and see that, oh, he's leading the league in walks. I might want to make him throw a couple of strikes before I swing. Ball 1 is low to Matt Brown. Ball 2 is upstairs. Well, both Brandon Wood and Matt Brown have been patient enough to take 2 balls. Let's see if Matt follows Brandon's lead and swings at this 2-0 delivery. Matt Brown had a home run taken away from him in the second inning yesterday. He checks his swing, and a strike is called. Brownie's bid for his 16th of the year in the second inning was thwarted on a leaping catch over the 8-foot-high plywood wall and left by S.T. Harris. There's strike 2 to Matt Brown on the inside corner. When you've won 6 of 7 like the Battle Creek Yankees have, you start to believe, like we did when we had won our 9 out of 10, that you can't be beaten. And that's the attitude you want to have. And Uncle Charlie rides high, and it's a full count to Matt Brown. He steps out and takes a couple of ghost swings. Brownie batting with nobody on and 2 away in the Colonel's second inning. No score. Chase Wright winds and delivers. A curve, a swing, and a tip foul. A tip foul. Brown just stays alive. Oh, the Colonels get a break as Tommy Rojas couldn't hold that tip on a curveball. Matt Paulian striking out of the first inning. Let loose of his bat and heaved it all the way past Justin Bachman, coaching at first base. Yes, we talked on Scott Nash's 19th hole show this afternoon on the Zone. We really, really missed Howie Kendrick, but injuries are a part of this game, and the Colonels have enough resources to play good baseball in Howie's absence. A ground ball sharply hits the second. Enrique Cruz throws in time, and the first 6 have been retired by the lefty, Chase Wright. The Colonel hitting doldrums continue here in Battle Creek. We've only scored 7 runs in the first 3 games. Down in order for the second straight inning go the Colonels, and after an inning and a half, it's the Colonels nothing and Battle Creek nothing. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Can you believe those gas prices? As your inner voice, let me just say that this is going to put a crimp in the vacation plans.
You know, I've been thinking.
Uh-oh, she's thinking.
Collins Plaza has this Sleepless in Cedar Rapids thing where you get overnight stay in a deluxe room or suite with a bottle of chilled bubbly. Plus, there's that yummy Collins Plaza champagne brunch on Sunday. A little weekend getaway for less than $150. Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Wait a minute. Is it possible she's speaking little grains of truth here? A weekend at the Collins Plaza would be kind of a vacation. Some quiet time, a break in the routine. I'm sure they've got ESPN on the tube.
Just the 2 of us? Alone? In a hotel room? Sleepless in Cedar Rapids. What do you think of that idea, big boy?
Collins Plaza, Sleepless in Cedar Rapids. A vacation on less than a tank of gas. Oh, the answer here would be, yes. Now nod and smile.
Maybe I'll even let you watch a little ESPN.
Where can you golf, bowl, and throw darts under the same roof?
Must be a big place.
Not really.
Must be cool.
It is.
Must be time you told me more.
The Double Inn at the corner of Ellis Boulevard and F Avenue Northwest is the place to find all this fun. We have golden tee, darts, a bunch of TVs, and we've got the new Silver Strike bowling game.
You really can't golf, bowl, and play darts on the same roof.
Dart leagues every night of the week, and don't miss the tournament every Friday night. Find it all at the Double Inn.
Misfiring high and in, ball one to the switch hitter, Harold Andrus, is Michelle Samar. Harold hitting .260, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. Takes the pitch low, ball two. Harold Andrus is 4 for 10 in this series. He singled in a run and scored in the Yankees' 6-run 5th inning yesterday. That came off of Nick Touchstone and Aaron Pullen. A strike at the knees from Samar, a fastball. Andrus was taking all the way. Harold is 19 years old, from Venezuela, a switch hitter batting left. There's ball three, low and away, a curveball. Again, a pronounced difference in the two ball clubs in terms of patience and taking pitches. The Kernels just aren't doing enough of it. Battle Creek doing a lot of it. A strike on the outside corner, and Andrus backs out of the batter's box. The count full now to Harold. Michelle Samar is a slim 6'3", 200 pounds. Drafted out of St. Petersburg Community College in Florida in the 25th round. Smacking one foul off to the left is Harold Andrus. There are 4 rows of red box seats here at C.O. Brown Stadium. The Yankees are in the first base dugout, the Kernels in the third base, and then there are 20 rows of aluminum-backed reserve seats. Andrus chops one to second. Michelle Samar gets the leadoff batter after falling behind him, 3-1. Harold Andrus bounces out to Sean Rodriguez at second for the first out of the Yankees' second inning.
Number 24, first baseman John Urich.
John Urich, the grandson of the former great Royal and Cardinal skipper. We can't forget the California Angels either, can we? Whitey Herzog, John Urich, a left-handed hitter, batting .253. He's out of Oklahoma State. A fastball is upstairs, ball one to Urich. John did not play yesterday. In fact, he only played in the Tuesday night 13-4 Yankee thrashing of the Kernels. He lines one down the right field line, hooking foul by inches. Foul down the right field line. A long strike one on John Urich. He's batting with one away and nobody on in the bottom of the second. No score. Kernel fans, we're asking you to pitch in to help fill the empty plates in our community as a partner in the second annual Freedom from Hunger Community Challenge Food Drive. Imagine an Iowa where everyone has a place at the table. Well, with your help, we can create a hunger-free community. Please join us. Look out, the batter hitting the helmet. John Urich struck in the noggin, and out come the Yankee trainer and manager. John Urich was struck in the batting helmet. He has not taken his batting helmet off. He's conscious. He's lucid. He's standing to the right of the dirt batting circle, and he is going to first base. Now he takes his batting helmet off. The Battle Creek trainer, Zach Womack, looking at John Urich. That is the 7th hit batsman by Michelle Samar. He hit John Urich in the helmet. You could hear that nasty thud. Now listen to the hand for John Urich. Please join the Kernels in supporting the second annual Freedom from Hunger Food Drive by bringing your donations of non-perishable food items to the new Veterans Memorial Stadium between June 24th and July 9th. You can deposit your non-perishable food items in the specially marked containers at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium to help us fill those empty plates so that our community can enjoy freedom from hunger. Thank you in advance for planning on contributing between June 24th and July 9th with your non-perishable food items. S.T. Harris looks at a pitch high and away, ball one. Now a pitch high, ball two. Boy, Michelle Samar isn't missing by much. A small strike zone for Jesse Redwine. S.D. Harris, a 2-run triple yesterday that capped Battle Creek's 6-run outburst in the 5th inning. He was 2 for 4. Left-handed batter. Swing and a miss. He took a home run cut. S.D. has 3 home runs. E-S-T-E-E is his first name spelling. 212 hitters, 3 homers, 19 RBIs. John Urich being held at first by Baltazar Lopez after being struck in the batting helmet. Boy, thank goodness for batting helmets. Strike 2 at the knees as S.D. Harris looks back at the plate umpire. and now steps out. He thought that pitch was below the knees. Michelle Samar looking in to get his sign from receiver Bobby Wilson. John Urich leads away from first. He has 1 steal and 2 tries. A curve in the dirt. What a stop by Bobby Wilson to prevent a wild pitch. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Will Urich run on this 3-2 pitch? A throw to first. He's back standing up. Our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge trivia question yesterday asked who holds the Yankee all-time record for saves by a lefty. We'll unveil the answer to that after this 3-2 delivery. It's corked fair, past first. Urich should score. John Urich should score all the way from first. He's lumbering home, and they should call interference on somebody in that Battle Creek bullpen. They don't. Blake Balcom got all caught up with the Battle Creek bullpen, and it's a triple. It's a triple for S.T. Harris. And the Battle Creek Yankees lead it again, 1-0. We may never want to come back here. Boy, oh boy, have we been just manhandled in this series. S.T. Harris, a .212 hitter, with his second triple. He's at third with only 1 out. He cranked it hard past first base. It took Blake Balcom forever. Not his fault. It took him forever to dig that thing out of the Battle Creek bullpen. Those men scattered like pins, bowling pins, and I thought one of them would be called for interference. It looked like one of them was right in the way as Blake was trying to throw into the cutoff man. But S.T. Harris is at third with only 1 out. A curve is low, ball 1 to Tommy Rojas. Now a curve, a strike called. Well, Battle Creek jumps ahead for the 4th straight time in this series. We were hoping we could score first. Man, it seems like when you score first in a ball game, your chances of winning it are about 90%. A high top foul out of play to the right. It's 1-2 to Rojas. Yesterday's Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question, who holds the Yankee all-time record for saves by a lefty? Vern Tabler of Cedar Rapids logged on to our website. Congratulations, Vern. You emailed us with the right answer. Dave Rigetti. A curve and a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout of Tommy Rojas, the right-handed hitter, by Michelle Samar. Now the Colonel infield can relax a little bit with 2 outs. They were playing at regular depth. The Kernels were willing to trade a run for an out, but Tommy Rojas fanned a huge strikeout for Michelle Samar. Dave Rigetti, the all-time Yankee leader in saves by a lefty, 224. S.D. Harris takes a curve for a strike. S.D. batting .235. 3 homers, 8 RBIs. He homered twice. Enrique Cruz took it for a strike. And now strike 2 called, a fastball. Enrique Cruz homered twice here on Tuesday night in the 13-4 Battle Creek win. 2 for 5 yesterday. Singled and scored in the Yankees' 6-run 5th inning. He's 4 for 13 in the series. Samar's ahead of him, 0-2, and puts him away on a curveball. Enrique Cruz fan. And Michelle Samar has struck out 4 Yankees in 2 innings. Great job to keep S.D. Harris stranded at third with only 1 out. The Yankees strike for 1 run on a hit batsman and a triple, 1 hit in the second. There were no Colonel errors, and Battle Creek leaves a runner. They had him at third with less than 2 outs, and Michelle Samar prevented him from scoring. We go to the 3rd inning, trailing Battle Creek 1-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
It's one of those rituals of summer, mowing the yard. And when you're done, what do you do with the clippings? Well, your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling encourage you to leave those clippings on your lawn. This practice is called grass cycling, and it reduces your lawn's fertilizer needs because those clippings contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Grass cycling also helps crowd out weeds and build a healthier lawn. When you leave those clippings on your lawn, you reduce waste and save landfill space.
Knowing who you are is important. At Kirkwood Community College, we know who we are.
We are accessibility. We are quality. We are opportunity. We are community. Who are you? We can help you learn. Kirkwood.edu.
Dan Patrick and Ron Dibble.
Jeffrey Lyons, mover reviewer for WNBC TV in New York.
I don't want to get political, but you don't go hunting with an assault rifle.
I do, because those birds damn deserve it.
Here
I come!
Rex, there's nothing left on the bird. What are we going to eat?
Don't worry about it. I've got some turkey pot pies and plenty of porn at home. You're more than welcome to stop over. Bring the family.
The Dan Patrick Show. Weekdays on ESPN Radio.
A hit batsman and a triple by F.C. Harris. His second triple in as many games has Battle Creek ahead here after 2-1-0. Our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge asked yesterday who holds the Yankee all-time record for saves by a lefty. We had several folks email us answering Sparky Lyle. Sparky is fourth on the all-time list, second among lefties with 141. Dave Vergetti with 224. Mariano Rivera is way ahead of everybody, near 300. Goose Gossage third to Dave Vergetti, and then Sparky Lyle. Baltazar Lopez, nothing for three in his Colonel debut yesterday. Takes a curve from the lefty, a strike. Now a breaking pitch low and away. Lopez, 20 years old rather, hit .301 in 44 games with Bobby Magallanes and his Mesa Angels a year ago. Ball two is way high from southpaw Chase Wright. Another chance coming your way to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop with a Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. That comes in the Colonel's top of the fifth inning. Lopez takes high, ball three to Baltazar. Chase delivers, and Lopez pops one foul out of play to the left. Several distinguishing things or characteristics about this C.O. Brown Stadium. It was built in 1990. It's in Bailey Park. Bailey Park is a recreational complex with several softball and baseball diamonds, shuffleboard and volleyball and horseshoe areas. Ball four outside. Baltazar Lopez is the first Colonel base runner against southpaw Chase Wright. A good at bat for the Colonel number 7 hitter. Tying run at first, nobody out for the Colonels here in the top of the third inning. 1-0 Battle Creek. The batter, Michael Collins. Michael, a right-handed hitter, seen his first action as a Colonel. Collins, out of Australia. Looks at a strike called. Lopez had 3 steals and 3 tries last year with Mesa, so he is a slight threat to go. John Urich is holding him at first base. Now, wait a minute. That is not John Urich. We have a new first baseman for the Yankees. After he was hit in the head, Urich has been lifted. A double play ball to second. Cruz to Made, on to first, double play. Simple as that. Michael Collins hit it hard on one hop to Enrique Cruz. I mean everything going the way of the Battle Creek Yankees in this series. Michael Collins hits into a 4-6-3 double play, erasing the leadoff walk by Baltazar Lopez. Bases empty, 2 gone for Sean Rodriguez. The new first baseman for Battle Creek is Willie Vasquez. Willie Vasquez forced to take over at first after John Urich must have felt woozy scoring the game's first run. He was hit in the helmet by a pitch from Michel Samar and then scored on a triple, but he's no longer in this game. Willie Vasquez is. Sean Rodriguez grounds one to deep short. Backhanded by Hector Made. Throws low, and it gets by the first baseman. It's an infield single for Sean Rodriguez. Hector Made had to throw from deep in the hole. His throw may have been in time to get Sean Rodriguez, but it was in the dirt, and the new first baseman, Willie Vasquez, unable to handle it. Oh, goodness, they've given the shortstop an error. Well, that's all right. They're thinking that if his throw would have been good, they would have had him. He made a heck of a play deep in the hole that could have been ruled an error or a hit. It's ruled an error. There goes Rodriguez. They have him picked off. Vasquez throws low, and Sean safe at second. And that's what I mean by trying to make something happen. When you're not going well, you've got to try to make something happen. Rodriguez appeared to be picked off first base, but a throw by the first baseman, Willie Vasquez, was in the dirt, and Hector Mate couldn't come up with it cleanly. So an error on the shortstop, and then a botched throw by the first baseman, Willie Vasquez, and Quan Cosby could tie this game now. He fouls one straight back, strike one. Rodriguez reaches on an error, then is credited with his 13th stolen base of the year. They had him picked off. Again, Willie Vasquez is taken over at first base. Here in the top of the third inning. Tying run at second. Quan Cosby at the plate. He struck out in the first inning. Ball one, high and in to Quan. Willie Vasquez having to come in and play first base for John Urich. Vasquez is a switch hitter, and we hope John Urich, well, they probably took him out for precautionary measures. Thank goodness when he was struck in the helmet, he didn't appear to be seriously hurt. Quan tips one foul, rolls it behind the feet of the catcher, Tommy Rojas, and he's in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The throwing error charged to Hector Mate, his 19th of the year. A good throw would have had Sean Rodriguez. He's at second. Quan takes outside, ball 2, a fastball. Cosby trying to tie this game with Sean Rodriguez at second. The 2-2 delivery is grounded to the left side. The third baseman boots it. He ran into Sean Rodriguez, and they've called Sean out. Sean Rodriguez is called out for running into the third baseman, who threw late. Quan Cosby would have been safe at first, and I guess that putout goes. The putout must go to the third baseman, Eric Duncan. So Quan Cosby grounds to third, and I believe either the third baseman tagged Rodriguez or Sean was ruled out by running into him. Another bad turn of events for the Kernels. In the third inning, no runs, no hits. A man reaches on an error. Now there's been another error that's been charged in this inning. That error charged to Willie Vasquez. So there were 2 errors committed by Battle Creek in the Kernels' third inning. The Kernels leave a runner aboard, and that does it for the third inning. Battle Creek charged with 2 errors in that inning, yet the Kernels couldn't tie the game. After 2.5 at C.O. Brown Stadium, Yankees 1, Kernels nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Hometown Restyling. For all your remodeling needs, satisfaction is guaranteed. Hometown Restyling specializes in all of your home's interior, exterior needs. Come and visit one of our showrooms, one in Hiawatha, one in Coralville, and see the possibilities. Windows, siding, sunrooms. Please call 378-1221. Hometown Restyling. There's no place like home.
Butterflies in your stomach. You know the feeling, like when you're not sure you found the best loan. Well, set those butterflies free. Talk with a knowledgeable banker at Wells Fargo. Whether you're interested in a home equity loan, mortgage, or auto loan, they can help you find a product that's just right for you, including unique financing options you won't find anywhere else. And every Wells Fargo loan has competitive rates and affordable payment options. So be sure you found the best loan. Call or visit Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Bank and Equal Housing Lender.
Saturday morning, it's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on the Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up, cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee Kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee Kitchen at 1556 First Avenue Southeast. Only here on The Zone.
Bryce Cartler with a beautiful bunt single to lead off the Battle Creek third inning. He pulled it down the first base line. Baltazar Lopez came rushing in and gloved it, whirled and looked at first. Nobody there to cover first. Sean Rodriguez nor Michelle Samar could get over to first base. A base hit all the way for Bryce Cartler, a bunt single. And he has a big lead at first to throw over there. He's back safely. Bryce Cartler walked and stole second in the first inning. He's bunted his way on. Boy, is that good to see from a leadoff batter, whether it's Arquan Cosby or the Yankees' Bryce Cartler. That lost art of bunting. Cartler not running and a strike. A letter-high fastball to Hector Mate. Strike one from Michelle Samar. The lights have just been turned on here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Confusion reigning as to who the two errors are on in that battle, in that Kernel top of the third inning. I have an error on the shortstop Hector Mate, a throwing error, then a throwing error by Willie Vasquez. And I'm still not sure if Sean Rodriguez ran into the third baseman and was called out, or if the third baseman Eric Duncan tagged him out on Quan Cosby's slow roller. A comebacker off the glove of Samar to Rodriguez. He feeds Brandon Wood for one. Brandon to first to complete a 1-4-6-3 double play. Wow. Hector Mate slapped it hard back to the hill. Michelle Samar got a piece of it, deflected it to Sean Rodriguez. Sean flipped to Brandon Wood, and then Wood on to Baltazar Lopez. It went 1-4-6-3. Pitcher, second base, shortstop, first base. The Kernels turn a much-needed double play, trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. A strike at the knees to Eric Duncan, who struck out his first time up. The Kernels have just 7 hits. The Kernels have just 16 hits in this series, and we're in the fourth game in the bottom of the third inning. Topping one foul over the Kernel third base dugout. Onto the grandstand roof is Eric Duncan. He's in the hole 0-2. We'll come out of this thing. We just hope we can come out of it in time to qualify for the playoffs in the first half. We are in a heated pennant race down to the wire. Strike 3 called. Michelle Samar has given the Kernels 3 terrific innings. He's now struck out 5 Battle Creek Yankees, hitting Eric Duncan for the second time. In the third inning, no runs for Battle Creek following a leadoff bunt single, 1 hit. No Kernel errors, a double play, and the Yankees leave the bases empty. A quick 3 in the books here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Kernels down by a run to the Yankees, 1-0. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Been looking to buy a used car, truck, or van? If so, head to Select Auto now. All vehicles are priced to sell with bottom line pricing. Monthly bills getting you down? Can't afford the car of your dreams? No problem. Select Auto offers payment plans to fit around your budget. Select Auto also offers great warranties on all cars, not to mention their experienced and friendly staff in their full-service service department. Hate being chased around the lot by those annoying salespeople? At Select Auto, you won't be bothered by any salespeople. You deal directly with the owners. Got bad credit? Not a problem. They offer financing for any credit, good or bad. Still not sold? Purchase any used car over $5,000 and get $200 in free gas. Hurry in. This deal only lasts during the month of May. What are you waiting for? Visit either of Select Auto's 2 convenient locations on 1st Avenue downtown Cedar Rapids or on 7th Avenue in Marion. Select Auto, a great way to buy a pre-owned car.
Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support one of our community's most renowned and cherished assets, the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees believe in the core values that comprise the essence of Kernel baseball: fun, wholesome, affordable entertainment for us all. As you look ahead to the many joys of summer, your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees encourage you to visit the fabulous new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees, embracing Kernel baseball, a community treasure.
What a treat it would be for your Little League, your T-ball team, your softball team, your Little League team to take the field with the Kernels for the national anthem and then get the autograph of the very Kernel player that you stand next to. That's what members of the Cost Cutters Dream Team can do. They're invited into the Kernel dugout before a Kernel home game. and then they take the field with the Kernels, introduced individually, stand next to them for the national anthem, and receive an autographed Cost Cutters Kernel logo baseball. That's what a member of the Cost Cutters Dream Team gets to do. Your team can be the Cost Cutters Dream Team. I'll tell you how in a moment. Matt Pauley slaps the first pitch foul off to the left, and now the lefty Chase Wright delivers high for a ball. No sign of this guy leading the league in walks, although he did walk Baltazar Lopez to lead off the third inning. Baltazar was erased in a double play. A fastball delivered high. It's 2-1 now to the left-handed hitter Matt Pauley. The number to call to pick a date for your team to take the field with the Kernels for the national anthem is the Cost Cutters Dream Team. Here's a fly ball down the line and right. Drifting to his left is Matt Carson, a fair ball, and Matt Pauley retired, leading off the fourth inning. Matt was jammed and drove it in the air down the line and right, and flies out to right. 1 out in the Kernel fourth inning. Man, we need something to give our offense a jolt. You almost wish we could steal first base, but you either have to walk, single, or get an error or strike out and have the catcher miss the ball. There's ways you can reach first base, but we haven't found them in this series. Strike one on the outside corner to Blake Balcom. The number to call to sign your team up is the Cost Cutters Dream Team, 896-7612. 896-7612. That's Jessica Ferguson's phone number. Skipping the rope to avoid being struck by the next pitch is Blake Balcom, ball one. 896-7612. The number to call to sign your team up is the Cost Cutters Dream Team. Jessica will give you all the available dates and the options you have. Swing and a miss by the Kernel number 3 hitter. Strike two. We're approaching the top of the hour here in Michigan. The Kernel offense is suffering. They've gone into hibernation at a very, very bad time. A tap up the third base side. It's foul, and Blake Balcom remains in the hole 1-2. We're just not swinging the bats well. Our at-bats are very tentative and unsure, and we've lost confidence for some reason. We've just lost a lot of confidence here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Good pitching will do that to you. Elvis Quisada pitched brilliantly in the series opener, a Kernel 3-2 loss Monday, and then yesterday we were shackled on 2 hits by right-hander Stephen White, who's been promoted to Tampa. A high fly ball lofted into shallow center. The shortstop goes out, but it's Enrique Cruz. Enrique Cruz gloves it. Blake Balcom, who grounded out to first to end the Kernel first, pops one off the end of the bat into shallow center, and the second baseman caught it. Yeah, we're in a slump. We are in a bad hitting slump. Only 16 hits in this series. None yet tonight. Only had 2 yesterday. We had 9 in losing 13-4 Tuesday night. Had 5 in being shaded 3-2 Monday night. We are in a hitting rut. Ball one is high to Bobby Wilson. And we are very, very fortunate to only be a game out of first place and tied for second as poorly as we've played in this series. Bobby Wilson bangs one foul into the screen. It's 1-1 to Bobby. Baseball is a game that is full of highs and lows, and we're being tested right now. Our resolve, our discipline, our persistence is all being tested. A high pop foul drifting beyond the first base dugout of the Yankees onto the grandstand roof. And when you go through periods like this, you just have to keep focused on one thing at a time. You can't be thinking about the next at-bat, the next pitch. You have to think about that pitch, that at-bat, that game, that moment. There's a book out now called The Present, and it's called that because the author's premise is that the here and now, the present, really is where you derive your joy from. Sure, you want to hold on to great past experiences, and sure, you want to look to the future with hope and optimism, but you really only have the present. A ground ball sliced to second. Bobby Wilson hit it hard, but Enrique Cruz comes up with it on to first to retire the side. Through 4 innings, the Kernels have no hits and are being shut out by the lefty with an ERA of 5.46. That's how sputtering our offense is. In fact, we need life support. Our offense is in such dormant state right now. Down in order go the Kernels in the fourth inning, and after 3.5, Battle Creek on top 1-0. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
When it comes to life insurance, think ahead. Think about planning for your family's future with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Joy Safi in Cedar Rapids can help you determine what coverage is right for you and your family. When so much in life is beyond your control, aren't you glad life insurance isn't? For your family's future, think about life insurance from Joy Safi in Cedar Rapids. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
The way to pocket important savings is to take advantage of Chevron motor oils and lubricants from the Otson Oil Company, your local Chevron oil distributor. Chevron lubricants are made from higher quality base oils for better performance, and that means longer life for your engine. Contact the Otson Oil Company in Cedar Rapids for details on how you can save time and money with Chevron lubricants. The Otson Oil Company, serving Iowa with quality lubricants since 1933. Visit Otson Oil Company at www.otson.com.
At Zimmerman's, we believe that the voice of the customer speaks the loudest. Let's hear what our customers have to say.
We chose Zimmerman because our family has been buying cars. I guess we're probably the third generation to buy cars here at Zimmerman's.
My family's bought 18 cars at Zimmerman's. 18. I ought to get a little bonus or something, wasn't it?
We build our reputation on one satisfied customer at a time. On behalf of everyone at Zimmerman's, I want to thank you for your business.
We had an unusual play to end the Kernel third inning with the tying run at second, Sean Rodriguez, and 2 out. Quan Cosby rolled one to third, and obstruction was called on the runner Rodriguez going from second to third. So Quan Cosby is out at first, and a put out for the third baseman Eric Duncan. A curveball was just low, ball 1 to Matt Carson. He struck out to end the first inning. Now ball 2, low and away from Michelle Samar, who has fanned 5 and given up 1 run on 2 hits through 3 innings. Carson, the right-handed batter, pounds 1 foul just to the right of home plate, strike 1. It's just past 7 in eastern Iowa. Just past 8 here in Michigan. We want to remind you that you're enjoying Kernel Baseball with us here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Matt Carson, the cleanup batter, has 7 RBIs in this series. He bloops one off the end of the bat, and it falls foul beyond the reach of first baseman Baltazar Lopez. Strike 2 on Matt Carson. We'll have a chance for you to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop in the top of the 5th inning. That's just around the corner. This game going quickly. 1-0 Battle Creek. What you'll need to do to email us the answer to our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question in the top of the 5th inning is log on to our website, www.kernels.com, Kernels. Carson punches 1 foul over the first base Yankee dugout. It's still 2-2 to Matt. He's out of Brigham Young, the school that produced Danny Ainge. Danny played professional baseball with Toronto before taking to the court for the Celtics. A broken bat bouncer to Matt Brown. He throws wide at first, but Baltazar Lopez comes off the first base bag toward the first base coach and tags out the batter, Matt Carson. Matt Carson was jammed by Michelle Samar, and he bounces out to third, 1 away here in the 4th inning. This game is here for the taking for the Kernels. We can win this game. Down only 1-0, facing a lefty with a 5-5 record, 73 hits surrendered in 59 1/3 innings, and 40 walks, an ERA of 5.46. We can come back in this game. I really have a feeling with the way Michelle Samar is pitching, we have a good chance to break this streak tonight. A grounder to short. Brandon Wood scoops and throws wide, but again, Baltazar Lopez comes off the base, tags the batter. Couple of errant throws by Matt Brown and Brandon Wood do not cost the Kernels here in this 4th inning, as Lopez had to come off the base both times towards the Yankee first base dugout and then tag the batter as he went running towards the bag. 2 gone in Battle Creek 4th inning. Michelle Samar trying to retire the Yankees in order for the first time tonight. Willie Vasquez bats for the first time. He came on to play first base in the third inning. John Urich scored on a triple after being hit in the head in the second inning and could not answer the bell in the third. A breaking pitch, a strike to Vasquez. Now he lines one off of Michel Samar's glove. It pops up into the air, and Michel comes down with it. An acrobatic catch by the Colonel pitcher. An unassisted putout for Michel Samar as Vasquez, a .261 hitter, broke his bat. Michel Samar got leather on it. It popped about 3 feet above his head, and then he caught it on the way down for an unassisted putout. A 1-2-3 inning for the French-Canadian right-hander Michel Samar. He has pitched terrific through 4 innings. The Colonels come to bat in the 5th. Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge coming your way. It's Battle Creek 1, the Colonels nothing. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Hey, man, what's up?
Just getting ready to kick your butt.
Right. And mess up your hair?
You just wish you could look this good.
No, nothing but that. Hey, I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to make my hair look as good as yours. I mean, who has time to schedule an appointment, let alone show up for it?
Not me. I just go to Cost Cutters. I can get in whenever it's convenient for me.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you just walk into Cost Cutters and come out looking good?
Well, for some of us, that comes naturally. But Cost Cutters makes it easier. They can do anything you want. A cool cut, even some color, and get some of that styling gel stuff to keep you looking good. Like me.
Oh, so that's why your hair never moves.
Oh, you're funny.
Cost Cutters. Thanks, man. This will save me some time.
Great. Then you'll have time to work on your game.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Are you a busy guy? Save yourself time and walk into one of our area's 12 Cost Cutters whenever it's convenient for you. Then relax, because Cost Cutters will make things easy and affordable for you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
The Crown Plaza 5 Seasons is Cedar Rapids' exclusive downtown hotel. Make plans to experience a spectacular view from the top of the 5 restaurant. Start your day off with us for breakfast, or make a lasting impression on your business associates by treating them to our signature lunch buffet that changes daily. For any occasion, enjoy an elegant dinner or the Eddie Picard Jazz Trio in the city's only rooftop restaurant. The Crown Plaza 5 Seasons, top of the 5.
Colonels looking for their first hit of this game as we go to the 5th inning. 1-0 Battle Creek. Brandon Wood will lead it off. Right-handed hitter against 6'2" lefty Chase Wright. Ball 1 is high and away to the Colonel shortstop with 15 doubles, 8 homers, 38 RBIs. Brandon Wood. Right into the windup. And a high pop-up. This is behind home plate. The catcher, Tommy Rojas, runs out of room. You could hear it hit on the grandstand roof. Chase Wright, his first name Seaburn, S-E-B-E-R-N, Seaburn C for Chase. And he was a starter last year with the Staten Island Yankees. In 14 starts, he went 3-5, an ERA of 3.56. He also started 2 games and relieved in 5 for these Battle Creek Yankees. A high pop foul again behind home plate. Brandon Wood in the hole 1 and 2. He flew out to center in the second inning. Time now for you to log on to our website and email us with your answer to the Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. Log on to www.kernels.com. Hit the link on the right side of the homepage. Swing and a miss by Brandon. He chased the fastball high and away. And that's the 3rd strikeout for the lefty. Boy, we're really pressing. Our ball club is as tight as a drum. Matt Brown, the batter. After you click on that special link on the homepage to answer our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question, please email us your name, your address, your phone number, and this evening's date, June 17th. Your name, address, phone number, and the date, June 17th. Ball 1 high to Matt Brown, who grounded out to second to end the Colonel's second inning. The only Colonel base runner, a leadoff walk by Baltazar Lopez in the 3rd. He was erased in a double play. Sean Rodriguez reached on an error. Stole second, but was called out on interference trying to go from second to third on a ground ball out to third. 2-0 now to Matt Brown as the lefty has fallen behind. Brownie, a right-handed hitter. Takes low, ball 3. Our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge this evening from Battle Creek. What slugger led the National League in home runs for 7 straight seasons, 1947 through 1952? Ball 4. Matt Brown is the third Colonel base runner of this game as he's issued the second free pass issued by Chase Wright, the lefty. What slugger led the National League in home runs for 7 straight seasons, 1947 and 1952? That's our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question here from C.O. Brown Stadium. Email us with your answer after you've logged on to our website at www.kernels.com. Jackknifing out of the way of a pitch inside is Baltazar Lopez, and out to the hill goes the catcher, Tommy Rojas. Let's review it one more time for you. To answer our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question, log on to our website, www.kernels.com. Then click on the special link on the right side of the home page. It'll get you to the place you email us your answer. You're going to email us your name, address, and phone number, and today's date, this evening's date, June 17th, and then email us the answer to this question. What slugger led the National League in home runs for 7 straight seasons, 1947 through 1952? A strike at the knees to Lopez. Lefty against lefty matchup here. Tying run at first, Matt Brown. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Yankees. A chopper over the hill. The second baseman has it. Steps on second, throws to first. Double play. Unbelievable. Wow. Would someone send us a horseshoe, a 4-leaf clover, anything for a bit of luck? Baltazar Lopez chopped one over the mound. Enrique Cruz fielded it, stepped on second, threw to first. By just a hair, they got the double play, 4-3. Wow. An offensive drought of unparalleled magnitude by the Colonels in this series in Battle Creek. This has been something to watch. In the 5th inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, a double play, no Yankee errors. The Colonels leave the bases empty and have left one man tonight. Michel Samar has pitched like a warrior. He'll have to continue to do so. After 4.5, Battle Creek 1, the Colonels nothing. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
At Zimmerman's, we believe that the voice of the customer speaks the loudest. Let's hear what our customers have to say.
We chose Zimmerman because our family has been buying cars. I guess we're probably the 3rd generation to buy cars here at Zimmerman's.
My family's bought 18 cars in Zimmerman's. 18. I ought to get a little bonus or something, wouldn't it?
We build our reputation on one satisfied customer at a time. On behalf of everyone at Zimmerman's, I want to thank you for your business.
There's a dream of life in your heart to tell you. You're one of a kind. This is your time, just me. Rise up, be strong. Originality lasts a whole lot long. Nothing better. Dr. Pepper. The taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better. Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better. Dr. Pepper.
Has produced the evening's only run here in Battle Creek. Swings and misses. Now a change-up, a beauty strike. 2 called to S.D. Harris. His second triple in as many games came in the 2nd inning with John Urich aboard. He'd been hitting the helmet with a pitch from Michelle. Now a swing and a miss. The ball gets by Bobby Wilson, and S.D. Harris is out at first base. Bobby Wilson had to go a good 45 feet to his right. The ball almost made it to the limestone warning track material right in front of the on-deck hitter, Tommy Rojas. Bobby Wilson slid on his shin guards, then fired to first baseman Baltazar Lopez to complete the strikeout of S.C. Harris. That play went 2-3, and that is 6 strikeouts for Michelle Samar. Michelle Samar keeping the Kernels in this game. 1-0 Battle Creek. We're already in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oh, brother, we've got to do something to get out of this rut. Strike one called from Samar. Unfortunately, it won't be pitched a shutout or a no-hitter. That's sometimes what it takes. But Samar has done everything short of that. He has pitched brilliantly. Tommy Rojas struck out with a runner at third and 1 out his last time up. He checks his swing apparently in time on a fastball high, 1-1. Rojas hitting .243 with 4 homers and 13 RBIs. Tommy, a right-handed batter, number 8 in the order, the catcher. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Andrea Murphy, who was here yesterday and Tuesday night, along with Colonel Director of Special Events and Suite Services, Jessica Ferguson. Andrea said with a great deal of confidence that Michelle Samar would pitch the Kernels out of this 4-game losing streak, and he's done everything to try to do that. His big sweeping curveball is outside to Rojas. Tommy played in Tuesday night's Yankee romp over the Kernels. He was 1 for 4, walked and scored twice. He swings and tips one foul. Bobby Wilson holds on to it, and yet another strikeout for Frenchie, as his teammates call him, Michelle Samar. Michelle Samar has fanned 7 Battle Creek hitters. 7. Now Enrique Cruz at the plate. He struck out to end the Yankees' 2nd inning. 7 strikeouts for Michelle Samar. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Battle Creek. Strike one called on the outside corner to Enrique Cruz. From Rice University out of Houston, Texas, his dad, the first base coach for the Astros, Jose Cruz Jr. A line drive off the glove of Matt Brown. He recovers, throws, safe at first. Safe at first. Matt Brown had a ball in his glove. It was too hot to handle. A line drive. Matt Brown didn't have to leap. He stuck his glove up. He knows he should have had it, but it was too hot to handle. It trickled out of his mitt. He picked it up and threw. Enrique Cruz made the call himself as he went across first base. He signaled safe, and indeed, the plate umpire, or the base umpire, Nick Monaco, agreed with him. He signaled safe as well. So, a 2-out infield single for Enrique Cruz. He hit it hard. So hard that Matt Brown could not hold on to it at third base. The 3rd hit of the night for Battle Creek. Enrique Cruz has 4 steals. He's been caught 2 times. Bryce Cartler spins out of the way as he faked a bunt. Ball 1 low from Michelle Samar, who has fanned 7, given up 1 run on 3 hits. The Kernels threw 5 innings, no runs on no hits. We got our first hit yesterday in a 7-1 loss in the 6th inning. In fact, we got our only 2 hits of the game in the 6th inning and scored our only run. Cartler bashes one foul down the right field line. The crowd oohed and awed because that's been the hardest ball hit so far tonight. But foul beyond first base. Enrique Cruz reaching on that line drive out of the glove of Matt Brown is at first base with 2 away. Bryce Cartler has walked, stolen second, and reached on a bunt single, but he raced in a double play. The runner not going, and a ground ball foul past first. Diving to his left was Baltazar Lopez. It's foul. The runner would have scored all the way from first, but it was foul for strike 2. Bobby Wilson donning the red shin guards, a red chest protector, a conventional catcher's mask. Fewer and fewer minor leaguers that we see are wearing those hockey goalie-like catcher's masks that Charlie O'Brien introduced about 8 or 10 years ago. Very few are wearing them. Samar is set. He throws to first. Enrique Cruz gets back standing up. This game is flying along on a beautiful Thursday evening. Lights are on at C.O. Brown Stadium. And Battle Creek leads at 1-0. A throw to first. Cruz dives back in safely again. Left-handed hitting Bryce Cartler, 24 years old, out of Arizona State, steps out. He's in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cruz is likely going on this pitch. He just has that look about him. A throw over there, and he's back just in time. Wouldn't it be neat if your kid got to take the field between innings of a Kernel game and get the autograph of their favorite Kernel player? They'd remember that for a long time, wouldn't they? Well, that's exactly what they'll get to do if you register them and if they're drawn as the Culver's Small Fry of the game. Register at either of the Culver's Frozen Custard and Butterburger restaurants. A pitch out. Bobby Wilson's throw to second. Nails the runner. The Kernels saw the same thing I did. They saw that Enrique Cruz was determined to run. He took off. The Kernels pitched out for ball 2 to Bryce Cartler, and then Bobby Wilson pegged out the runner. It went Bobby Wilson to the shortstop, Brandon Woods, 2-6. Enrique Cruz caught trying to steal second. No runs, 1 infield single for Battle Creek in their half of the 5th. No Kernel errors. A man caught trying to steal second ends the inning. Nobody left for the Yankees. And after 5, the score remains Battle Creek 1, the Kernels nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates of Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
This is an emergency. This isn't. Say it's an evening or a weekend, and you have you don't need, but you'd rather not for your doctor's office to open. That's when it's time to visit a Mercy Care Urgent Care Clinic. Just walk in, limp in, or even crawl in. And a Mercy Care physician will help you feel better faster. There's a Mercy Care Urgent Care Clinic near you. Mercy Care North in the new Mercy Health Plaza on Council Street Northeast, and Mercy Care South on Edgewood Road Southwest. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m., and weekends, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So next time you have, visit a Mercy Care Urgent Care Clinic in your neighborhood.
The Kernels no hit through 5 innings in dropping yesterday's game 7-1. No hit through 5 innings this evening, but trailing just 1-0. Michael Collins wrapped into a double play his first time up. The tall, strapping Aussie will stand in for the second time in this game against southpaw Chase Wright, who misses low, ball 1. Before the exciting end of that Battle Creek 5th, in which Bobby Wilson threw out Enrique Cruz on a pitch out to end the inning, I was asking you to imagine how much fun and what a thrill it would be for your son or daughter to take the field between innings of a Kernel game and get the autograph of their favorite Kernel player. And I told you that can happen if you register your son or daughter to be the Culver's Small Fry of the game at either of the Culver's Frozen Custard and Butterburger restaurants. A pitch inside to Collins, now a change up low. Michael steps all the way out of the batting circle, taps his spikes. He's ahead 3-0. Look for the white registration boxes in either of the Culver's Frozen Custard and Butterburger restaurants. One is on the southwest side in front of the Windsong 12 Theater Complex. A second right across from Alton Motor Company, I-380 Boyce Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. Register your son or daughter there, and if they're drawn, they will be the Culver's Small Fry of the game, and they will take the field between innings of a Kernel home game and get their favorite Kernel to autograph their Culver's cap. Mr. Chucks will then present your daughter or son with a certificate good for a free kids meal at either of the Culver's Frozen Custard or Butterburger restaurants. Michael Collins, a very patient, good at bat, walks on a 3-0 pitch. He's at first. Sean Rodriguez stands in and takes a strike at the knees, a fastball. Sean reached on an error, then stole second as the tying run in the third inning, but was called out for interfering with the third baseman trying to field a ball off the bat of Quan Cosby. A changeup, and Sean swings and misses, strike two. Rodriguez hitting .249 on the year with 4 home runs and 16 runs driven in. Michael Collins, the tying run at first here in the top of the 6th inning with nobody out. Can Sean climb out of this 0-2 count? Well, he stays alive by rolling one foul to the on-deck hitter, Quan Cosby. Top of the 6th inning already here in Battle Creek, where the Kernels have hit the skids. We've got to come out of these doldrums, hopefully starting tonight. Michel Samar has pitched brilliantly through 5 innings, giving up just 1 run on 3 hits. A high deep drive smacked into right center. Matt Carson has a beat on it. Back in front of the track, he has it. That's a hopeful sign. At least we hit the ball pretty hard and pretty deep to the outfield. We haven't done that in this series. Sean Rodriguez flies to right. Michael Collins, the runner at first, holding. He's there with Quan Cosby coming to the plate for the 3rd time this evening. Quan is struck out, and it was ruled he reached on a fielder's choice after Sean Rodriguez rammed into the third baseman, Eric Duncan, going from second to third, and they called out Rodriguez for obstruction. He did not allow Duncan to field the ball cleanly. Quan, trying to go the other way, lifts one foul off to the right. A terrific young man from the University of Iowa, Jeff Hem, has been a pleasure to work with while we've been here. Jeff is going to be here for the All-Star, or be in our city of 5 seasons for the All-Star game next Tuesday, and he and his partner Greg will be welcomed into our press box. Ball 1 outside to Quan. Jeff is a journalism major from the University of Iowa, from Aurora, Illinois, and they do their games here in Battle Creek on the internet, and they do a great job with it. 2 young fellas that are already successful in this wonderful world of baseball broadcasting. Collins at first. Quan taps one over the hill. Shortstop steps on second one, and not in time to throw Quan out. I guess the shortstop missed second base. Hector Mate had a double play, but apparently missed the bag, so he had to tag Michael Collins. Michael is tagged out, 6 unassisted, the shortstop Hector Mate, and maybe that's the break the Kernels need, because that should have been an any double play. Instead, Quan's at first on a fielder's choice. Now you have to hope he can get a good read against this lefty Chase Wright and steal second base. We need to do something to make something happen, to get out of this offensive rut that we're in. We had 5 hits Monday night, 9 hits Tuesday night, 2 hits yesterday, and a grand total of 0 so far in this game. These are the times that challenge the souls of professional baseball players. You really have to dig down deep and make something happen. Quan draws the throw, and he's back safely. Top of the 6th inning. Battle Creek 1, the Kernels nothing. Our record on the road, 17-14, with 3 remaining after tonight in Peoria. A big gap in right center for Matt Pauley, and a throw to first. Quan is back standing again. Cosby has 10 steals in 13 tries. The last 2.5, 3 weeks, the Kernels have really stopped running, and it'd be great if we could rev that engine up again and put pressure on the defense. Cosby not going. A throw over there. He's back standing up. Battle Creek has a right-hander up in their bullpen, and that right-hander appears to be Ben Moore. Ben Moore warming up for the Yankees. Good-sized crowd here tonight. I'd say we have at least 1,100. Another throw to first, and Quan back again standing up. Cosby holds his batting gloves in his hands, and that provides some padding to his palms and his wrists as he slides head first into a base. Quan is a head first slider. He's not running, and ball 1 just missed outside to Matt Pauley. Matt is struck out and flied to right. The Kernels desperately looking for some way to score some runs in the series finale. Battle Creek's pitching staff is ranked 9th in the league, but you wouldn't know it in this series. A deep drive to right. Did Pauly get enough? Did Matt Pauly get enough to give the Kernels the lead? Yes, he did. Matt Pauly has homered with 2 out over the right field wall to propel the Kernels into a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Matt Pauly with his 2nd home run of the series, his 6th of the season, and that box double play has hurt Battle Creek, because Matt Pauly should have never batted in this 6th inning. But he did, and against the southpaw, he touched one off. Matt Pauly homering for his 6th of the year, his 2nd in the series, and the Kernels get a big 2-out, 2-run homer from Matt Pauly to take their first lead in this series. Now Blake Balcom bounces one to third, and Eric Duncan's throw is just in time. A terrific stretch at first by Willie Vasquez to prevent a throwing error by Eric Duncan. Blake Balcom, first pitch swinging, 0 for 3 now, bounces out to third. In the Colonel's 6th inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, a walk to start the inning. There were no Yankee errors. They should have had a double play to end the inning, but the Kernels capitalized after they failed to produce that double play. Nobody left for the Kernels. Well, Michelle Samar, the first lead of this series belongs to you. And after 5.5 innings, it's the Kernels 2, Battle Creek 1. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
You save big money when you shop Menards.
Get all decked out for summer now during the summer sale at Menards. Build a new deck with big savings on the area's best selection of natural cedar and maintenance-free decking. Then enjoy your new deck with hot deals on barbecue grills and patio furniture at Menards. A charbroiled charcoal grill with 480 square inches of cooking area and bottom storage rack is just $59. A Fiesta 35,000 BTU gas grill with side burner is only $148. Save big on a great selection of patio furniture at Menards. A 7-piece Charleston set with glass top table and 6 cushioned chairs is only $299. Plus, enter to win a Pontiac GTO. See store for details. Summertime is savings time at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
There is a one-stop service center for your car or truck. Webb's Transmission in Cedar Rapids, where Mike, Tracy, and the gang will take care of your automotive needs. Using a combination of experience, common sense, and computer diagnostics, Webb's Transmission will service your engine, transmission, perform brake and coolant service, or just about any routine maintenance. And now, Webb's Transmission offers injector cleaning. Webb's Transmission at the corner of J Street and 36th Avenue Southwest in Cedar Rapids.
Matt Pauly 2-run blast has propelled the Kernels into their first lead in this series, 2-1. If you'll recall, Bryce Cartler was at the plate when Bobby Wilson threw out Enrique Cruz on a pitch out to end the Battle Creek 5th inning. Cartler has walked tonight, stolen second, and he's bunted his way on. He bunted his way on in the 3rd, leading off, but was erased in a double play. Because such a high proportion of our listeners are in Eastern Iowa, we understand that we also have terrific listenership throughout the country, including up in Quebec City, where Michelle Samar's family tuned in. A pitch slapped to third on one hop. Matt Brown has plenty of time to zing his throw across the diamond, and Bryce Cartler hit it off the end of the bat, and he's thrown out by Matt Brown. The one thing I've learned in my 9 years in Cedar Rapids is that the Kernels are the most wholesome, affordable form of family entertainment. That's one thing. And the second thing I've come to realize is that the University of Iowa is king as far as interest goes in academics and athletics. And I gave a brief introduction last inning to a delightful young fellow by the name of Jeff Hem. And Jeff has been kind enough to join us here in the bottom of the 6th as Michelle Samar delivers a curve to Hector Made for a strike. Now a curve, a swing and a miss, strike 2. And Jeff Hem, I have been so impressed with the work of you and your partner, just your professionalism, how you go about preparing for ball games, and Mate takes high. I wondered if you could say a few words about your experience at the University of Iowa.
Well, Iowa was great to me for the 3 years that I was there. I very much enjoyed my time in the journalism school in particular.
A curve, and it's lofted off the end of the bat. In foul ground, there will be a play for Baltazar Lopez. He has it. Hector Mate, who was 7 for 15 in this series with 5 doubles, has fouled out to Baltazar Lopez, 2 away in the 6th. 2-1 Kernels. Jeff, you joked with me during this series that it was a wonderful experience at Iowa, and in journalism, they're building a new facility next year.
They are. It's underway very early on, and unfortunately for me, I graduated before I could enjoy the fruits of all that labor. But it should be a beautiful new building for the journalism school, much deserved, I believe. It's a good program there, and the Iowa sports they're only fueled my fire as far as wanting to go into broadcast journalism in terms of sports.
Well, I'm glad you're a hungry and successful Hawkeye. A curve is a ball. Now a breaking pitch from Michelle. Ball 2 to Eric Duncan. Duncan is struck out swinging and struck out looking. 2 away in the Battle Creek 6th inning. A 2-run homer by Matt Pauley in the top of this 6th inning, giving the Kernels their first lead of the series. A beautiful fastball on the inside edge, and Eric Duncan steps out. He thought it was inside. It's 2-1. You are from the Chicago suburbs, Matt, and suburban Chicagoland sends thousands of young students to Iowa.
That's right. I think it's just far enough away and yet close enough at the same time. You get that great college experience. Iowa City is a good college town, and I'm not surprised at all that it appeals very much to a lot of the people from the Chicagoland area, in Illinois, for that matter.
It really does. A tip foul at the plate by Eric Duncan. This kid's only 19 years old. And he takes a slider, ball 3, from Michelle Samar. Michelle has exhibited great control this evening. He's walked 1, hit 1. He hit John Urich. Urich hit in the batting helmet back in the 2nd inning, scored on an F.D. Harris triple. And Jeff Hem, after this 3-2 pitch, we understand you got a pretty close-up look at the Oklahoma State grandson of Whitey Herzog, John Urich. Backdoor curve, strike 3 called. Eric Duncan was on his way to first, but Michelle Samar got him on a backdoor breaking pitch, Michelle's 8th strikeout of the game. Jeff Hem, John Urich is all right, but it's a good thing they took him out of the game.
Yeah, he was just a little dizzy. It's a precautionary measure, and Willie Vasquez is not a bad backup either. So hopefully John's okay, and early indication is that he will be okay. He's just resting now. Was a little shaken up after the play.
Jeff Ham will stay with us through the 7th inning as Battle Creek makes a change on the hill. They're bringing in Ben Moore. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, the Kernels hold a 2-1 lead over the Yankees, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Toyota Financial Services of Cedar Rapids understands the importance of reading in the lives of our community's children. That's why they're proud to fund the 6th annual Toyota Financial Services Kernel Summer Reading Program. The generous support of Toyota Financial Services will result in Kernel players conducting a record 32 elementary school assemblies this spring to encourage girls and boys to read throughout the summer. Their reading accomplishments will be recognized by Toyota Financial Services with fabulous rewards. Toyota Financial Services, a true hero to the Kernels and the youth of our community.
Summertime means Kernels baseball. Sunlight until 9 o'clock. Watermelon and lemonade. Taking the kids to the swimming pool and a host of other leisurely pursuits. Comfort Solutions by Banks stands ready to ensure that your family stays cool when you're busy with all of your summer fun. Comfort Solutions by Banks are your indoor comfort specialists. With all of the fun activities that fill up your summer, it's comforting to know that the Comfort Solutions by Banks family can take care of your family. Comfort Solutions by Banks is proud to offer your family personal and caring service. If something goes unexpectedly wrong with your home's cooling system, system, you can count on Comfort Solutions by Banks to provide you with courteous and professional service under any circumstance. Enjoy your summer and let the family at Comfort Solutions by Banks take care of yours.
Midwesterner from Wisconsin, St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, Ben Moore, a 6'1" right-hander, takes over for lefty Chase Wright. Chase pitched magnificently in his 14th start of the year for Battle Creek, went 6 innings, surrendered only 2 runs on 1 hit, the Matt Pauley 2-run homer in the 6th inning. He struck out 3, he walked 3. Ben Moore with a changeup, a strike called. Jeff Hem is our guest. He's one of 2 Battle Creek Yankee broadcasters, and Jeff, it's ironic. We've really suffered from the loss as Bobby Wilson takes strike 2. We've really suffered from the loss of Howie Kendrick the last week due to a strained groin muscle. Ben Moore suffered a similar fate.
Yeah, he's been battling that for about a couple weeks now. Back on June the 5th was the last time that he pitched.
Boy, he looks good as he just misses outside to Bobby Wilson. Bobby has wrapped out the second twice. We're in the top of the 7th. 2-1 Kernels. Ben Moore out of Wisconsin into his windup. A breaking pitch is nubbed up the third base line. Can Bobby Wilson beat it out? No. Save! Oh, a bang play. What a play by Ben Moore to spring off the mound. And isn't it, the ball always finds you on a difficult play when you're coming back from an injury, Jeff. And that really tested Ben Moore's groin muscle. He came through in flying colors. Bobby Wilson just had enough speed to leg that one out by a whisker.
Well, that's tough for any pitcher to make, but you're exactly right. When you're battling a groin injury and you have to twist your body away from the play and then turn and fire to first, that's difficult. And now Ben is actually stretching it a little bit. But he's thrown off the side a couple days ago and has been feeling good, but now this is his first action in the game in almost 2 weeks.
Brandon Wood drills one into left center. Way back it goes. The center fielder cannot get it. Bobby Wilson will go to third on a double by Brandon Wood. Bobby holds at third very wisely. Oh, Brandon Wood crushed one into left center, and I had to be very cautious on my call because Harold Andrus has made a couple of spectacular catches in deep center. That one was tagged into left center, and it went about 385 feet to the left of the giant Yankee blue-colored 18-foot high wall. A double spanked into left center by Brandon Wood. Very good base running by Bobby Wilson. He was standing at second when he saw that ball elude Harold Andrus, and then Bobby motored to third, and very good coaching by Bobby Magallanes, putting the red light on so Bobby Wilson wouldn't be thrown out at the plate. Oh, the Kernels have a golden chance now to add to their slim 1-0 lead with Matt Brown at the plate facing Ben Moore. A curve in the dirt and saving a run is Tommy Rojas. Ben is pitching for just the 5th time for Battle Creek in relief of Chase Wright, the starter.
Unfortunately, John, the Yankees have had a very good bullpen, so Ben Moore was certainly missed, but not as much just because of the other great arms that the Yankees have right now. But he's back out there, and hopefully his groin is okay after that first play.
He looks all right. He's set and misses, a strike at the knees, a delayed call by Jesse Redwine. Top of the 7th inning, the Kernels have their leading RBI man up, Matt Brown, with runners at second and third, and nobody out. The Kernels desperately trying to capitalize on the infield single by Bobby Wilson, and then the booming double into left center by Brandon Wood. A curve and a good backhanded stop by Tommy Rojas. It was low and away. Matt Brown steps out of the dirt batting circle. Jeff Hem is with us, H-E-M. And Jeff, I imagine you've gotten a lot of positive comments from listeners all across the country who tune you in on the internet.
Yeah, we get a lot of the families of the players listening, most importantly.
Strike 2 called on the outside corner to Matt Brown. That looked like a fastball.
And it's always fun. They'll write emails and talk baseball with us through email about one of their relatives or just about the team in general. It's a lot of fun that they have the opportunity to listen, even though we don't have local radio in Battle Creek. It's nice for those families away from Michigan to tune in.
And people here in Battle Creek can log on as well. Has the boss chimed in yet?
No, he has not yet.
Okay, everybody knows who the boss is.
That's right. That's Steinbrenner.
I'm sure he listens occasionally, Jeff. He's involved in everything. Swinging a foul, bashed into the backstop on a 2-2 pitch to Matt Brown. Bobby Wilson at third and Brandon Wood at second. Jeff, one of the things that I was gratified to hear is that as a journalism major at Iowa, the first thing you had to master was writing.
Yeah, that's very true. Before you can branch off in any area, be it broadcasting or photojournalism, you have to know how to write first at Iowa, and I think that's very important. I do a lot of writing even though I'm in broadcasting now.
Ball three downstairs and the count full now. The catcher, Tommy Rojas, out to talk it over with Chase Wright. What is it that inspires such allegiance to Iowa? Jeff, I have lived in eastern Iowa 9 years, and I grew up in a pro sports area, St. Louis. What is it about being a Hawkeye that stays with people for the rest of their lives?
Well, I don't know. I think one factor, though, is that there is not a lot of professional sports in the state of Iowa. And so whether it's Hawkeyes or Cyclones or whatever school, there is such an allegiance to university sports, unlike some other states that have a lot of pro teams.
Matt Brown fouls one down the first base side. Willie Vasquez chases. He may have a play. He catches it. Bobby Wilson tags. The throw home. Save! Bobby Wilson barrels into the catcher. Another run scores to make it 4-1 Kernels. Bobby Wilson gives the Kernels that jolt of thunder we needed. He barreled into the catcher, Tommy Rojas. A very clean play because Tommy was doing the right thing, stealing off the plate, and on a foul pop-up, caught by Willie Vasquez, Wilson barrels through the catcher, causing him to drop the ball, and then Brandon Wood raced home a 2-run foul out to the first baseman down the right field line by Matt Brown. He's credited with 2 RBIs, and the Kernels lead at 4-1. And I'll tell you what, Jeff Hem, that was a very exciting play. You knew that when Willie Vasquez caught it with his back to the infield that Wilson would tag. What we didn't know is that Willie would make such a fine peg to the plate, and had Bobby Wilson not lowered the boom on Tommy Rojas, he probably would have been out for a double play.
Well, the word is that baseball, you see something new every day, and you do not see 2 people score on a pop-out to the first baseman every day.
No, you don't. Perhaps once every 10 years. In fact, the last time I remember 2 men scoring on a sacrifice fly was a ball hit by Tommy Herr back in the 1982 World Series at County Stadium in Milwaukee. Charlie Moore slipped on the warning track, and the Redbirds scored 2 runs. It's 1-1 to Baltazar Lopez, who takes low, ball 2. 2 runs scored, and an error has been charged to either, we'll have to see if the error is on Vasquez or the catcher. I thought it was a good enough throw that Tommy Rojas, and the ironic part is that he dropped the ball before Bobby Wilson initiated the lowering of the shoulder.
Yep.
So I'm going to call that an error on the catcher, unless the other, Jeff, the official scorer, tells us otherwise. Lopez takes a strike, now hammers one right at the shortstop. A looping liner at the feet of Hector Made. He caught it for the second out of the inning. Baltazar Lopez lining out to the shortstop for the second out here in the Kernel 2-run 7th inning. Jeff, did you get a class ring upon graduating from Iowa?
I had the opportunity. As of yet, I have not ordered one, though.
Well, that'll come later when Kirk Ferentz notches that national championship this fall.
That's right. A lot of excitement for Hawkeye football right now.
Are you among those that think the Hawkeyes could go undefeated on the gridiron?
I think it's a little early to tell, but certainly given the last 2 years that Kirk Ferentz has been able to do with that program, that's not beyond the stretch of the imagination.
A curve is outside. Now Ben Moore rattles one off the shin guard of the catcher Tommy Rojas, and it's ball 2 to Michael Collins.
But the fact that people are talking about it makes it fun enough.
I'll tell you, I've never seen the loyalty like I've seen for Iowa football. Ball 3 is outside to Collins. Well, I've seen it with Cardinal baseball, but again, that's a pro sport.
Yep.
This is college. Michael Collins may be turned loose on this 3-0 count. Big right-handed batter from Australia. Letter high fastball from Ben Moore, a strike. It all started when Bobby Wilson reached, hustling out an infield single. He dribbled one 15 feet up the third baseline on the grass. It was a bang-bang play at first, and that got this inning started. Here's a high drive into center. Harold Andrus has it measured, and on a 3-1 pitch, Michael Collins skies to center. In the seventh for the Kernels. 2 runs on 2 base hits. 1 Battle Creek error. We'll see if it was on the catcher or the first baseman. And the Kernels leave the bases empty. We've only stranded 1 man through 7 innings. We go to the home half of the seventh. It's the Kernels 4, the Yankees 1. And you're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Kernels fans, your Cedar Rapids Taco Bell restaurants have something new for you to cheer about this season. A Taco Bell 10 spot. When the Kernels score 10 or more runs in any game this season, you'll score beef tacos for just 39 cents the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell. That's a savings of 50 cents per taco. Limit 10 per customer. Remember, when the Kernels put up a Taco Bell 10 spot by plating 10 or more runs in any game, you get up to 10 39-cent beef tacos the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell.
Hi, this is Dave Town with Five Seasons Transportation and Parking. Do you ever wonder if it's safe to send your child on the bus? It is, and here's a few reasons why. All the buses in Cedar Rapids are equipped with security cameras, so the drivers always know what's happening behind them. The buses also have global positioning systems, or GPS, which means they can be tracked at any time by satellite. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't. Five Seasons Transportation takes safety very seriously, and we've taken many steps to make sure your child will have a safe, easy ride every time they take the bus. Even when your child isn't on the bus, Five Seasons Transportation is helping keep them safe by using pollution-free biodiesel and alcohol fuels, Iowa products that help keep the air clean. And if your child is ever in trouble, they can always flag down a bus for help. I'm Dave Town, and I like to think of the bus as a traveling safety cocoon, motoring along Cedar Rapids streets. And keep in mind, if the bus is that safe and easy for your child, maybe you should think about riding the bus to work. Affordable, convenient, and safe. That's the bus. Ride it.
Matt Carson with 7 runs driven in this series takes the ball just low from Samar. Now Michelle nips the outside edge with a strike. Matt Carson, a .375 hitter in 21 games, 7 homers, 31 RBIs. It's 1-1 to Carson. Now it's 2-1 as Michelle delivers high and away a fastball. Carson, Andrus, and Vasquez, the 4, 5, and 6 men for Battle Creek in their half of the seventh. It's 4-1 Kernels. Michelle into a windup, a curve, a beauty, strike 2 called. Matt Carson has been a big part of this Yankee resurgence. They're a game under 500. They've won 6 of their last 7. Carson loops one foul off the handle down the right field line. Oftentimes, Jeff is the broadcaster, one of 2 with the Battle Creek Yankees, and he's from Aurora, Illinois. He just received his degree recently in journalism from the University of Iowa. Up-breaking pitch, it was a hanging curve, and Carson pops it foul over the backstop. A lot of times when a guy comes from a little bit higher level, in this case the Tampa Yankees in the Florida State League, after he succeeded as Carson did here last year, he comes back embittered and feels like he's been treated poorly. A high pop-up. Michelle Samar pointing skyward, asking for some help. And coming in to give that help is Baltazar Lopez. Lopez came in from his first base position and caught that ball about 35 feet to the right of home plate on the infield grass. Matt Carson is gone for the first out in the seventh. Jeff Ham, in Matt Carson's case, I have a feeling the fact that he went to Brigham Young, most guys that go to Brigham Young are fairly mature and their faith is very strong. He didn't come back here to Battle Creek with a bad attitude.
Boy, not at all. He's just gone out there and played baseball the way he's capable of playing, and for whatever reason, he struggled at High A Tampa. But since he's come back here to the familiar scene of Battle Creek for him, he's just been hitting everything in sight, as you saw in Game 1 of the series.
Oh, yes. We shackled him until the 8th inning, and he belted a 2-run homer to wind up being the game winner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Erold, E-R-O-L-D, Andrus. Left-handed hitter, or switch hitter batting left, and he shoots one into left center for extra bases. Quan Cosby will short hop it. Andrus, I think, missed first base to throw to second. Not in time. He just beat it. Erold Andrus brings this crowd alive. That's the first Battle Creek hit since the line drive off the glove of Matt Brown by Enrique Cruz in the 5th inning. Erold Andrus with his 17th double. Boy, did he look good as he drilled it into left center. Quan made a very good play to cut it off. and then threw a good peg to second. Andrus just did beat it. And now the batter is Willie Vasquez. Willie popped out to the pitcher, Michel Samar, to end the Battle Creek fourth inning. Runner at second with one away for the Yankees. Strike one called from Samar. Michel gets ahead, and he's been doing that most of the night. Willie Vasquez walked twice in the 7-1 victory by the Yankees yesterday. He drove in a run. He was 1 for 2. Batting for the second time in this game. A backdoor curve looked good from here, but ball one, according to Jesse Redwine. Vasquez played here at Battle Creek last year, hit .223 in 66 games. Willie is from Venezuela, just 20 years old. A switch hitter with a straightaway stance. Ball two dips low to him.
John, you'll see him in Cedar Rapids next week. He's going to his second consecutive Midwest League All-Star game.
Oh, that's wonderful
He's a good
news.
kid.
Well, he's earned it, I'll tell you. 25 RBIs, switch hitter. Ball three downstairs. Michel has fallen behind 3-1.
And Willie has played in just about every infield position with the exception of third for this team, and remarkably, he's made 0 errors in all the different position switches that he has seen. So he is very good defensively, and he'll play second base for the Eastern Division next week.
That makes him even more valuable. Vasquez takes ball four. I guess it was inside, and Eric Bennett may have to come out of the Colonel dugout. Michel Samar has walked the batter to bring the tying run to the plate. It's S.T. Harris. S.T.'s been a handful in this series. Tripled yesterday in the fifth inning to cap the Yankees' 6-run frame. And then his RBI triple back in the second produced the only run of this game. And indeed, Eric Bennett is coming out to the hill to talk it over with Michel Samar. The Colonels have David Austin, the right-hander who pitched so very well here Monday night in the Colonel 3-2 loss. David Austin is twirling in the Colonel left field bullpen. A double play would help, but S.T. Harris, the left-handed batter, fleet of foot. It's going to be tough to get a double play. What the Colonels desperately need is a pop-up strikeout or double play. Jeff Ham is with us. And Jeff, very few guys your age, like what's your partner's last name? Greg
Morris.
Greg Morris. You and he both wet under the ears in terms of just being out of school, and I want to commend you for getting a job so quickly in minor league baseball. I want you to tell our listeners how it happened as Michel deals a strike at the knees to the left-handed batter, S.T. Harris.
Well, I consider myself a Midwesterner guy. I have been all my life, and so I knew I wanted to go into baseball broadcasting, and I'd always liked the Midwest League, growing up very closely to where the Kane County Cougars play.
A backdoor curve evens the count 1-1. It was outside.
And so I just started cold calling teams and found out that Battle Creek had an opening. I sent a resume and a tape to Scott Saylor here and then went to the winter meetings in New Orleans and met him personally and kept pursuing it.
That's the key, persistence. Another breaking pitch low, and now the Yankees are just standing there and taking pitches. It worked for Willie Vasquez, and so far it's worked for S.D. Harris. It's a 2-1 count on S.D. Harris.
But John, I'll tell you, as you could probably attest, everybody that I talked to in the Midwest League, when I would call teams, whether they had an opening or not, they were very helpful to me. Everybody in this business that I have met has just been overwhelmingly helpful.
I'm glad to hear that, Jeff. I had mostly similar circumstances 9 years ago when I was changing careers. Most people were eager to give advice and make suggestions and be as helpful as possible. The 2-2. Ooh. Ball three, apparently high. Now let's see if Bill Masiello with his coach, Chad Elwood, at third base, or Brad Elwood. Let's see if the Yankee runners are going. I think they will be going. Jeff, what do you think?
Both of these guys, Andrus and Vasquez, have good speed.
I think they'll be running on this 3-2 pitch. Are they going? No. Strike three called! Strike three called! A delayed call by Jesse Redwine. He may have been thrown off as S.D. Harris started running towards first base. But it's the ninth strikeout for Michel Samar. It subdues the crowd for the moment. The crowd quieter. They were in a state of euphoria on that 3-2 pitch. The runners were not going, and S.D. Harris was called out on strikes the 9th strikeout for Michelle Samar. Now Tommy Rojas bats with runners at first and second, 2 out. Tommy is the tying run at the plate. Big, husky right-handed batter. He cuts at a curveball and misses strike one.
Well, John, S.D. Harris has had a good couple of games in this series, but he is prone to the strikeout, and I imagine that might be the decision that Bill Mosiello was thinking of when he decided not to send those runners.
And it was a good decision. Here's a shot into center. Kwan coming on. Can't get it. One run is in. Another man's going to be waved home. A good throw's going to get him. Oh, a bad throw. It gets by the catcher, and it's a 4-3 game. Kwan dove and could not get it. It skipped by him for a 2-run double. A 2-run double, and the tying run is at second. Tommy Rojas fooled everybody. I thought he hit it extremely hard. He hit it off the end of the bat, dumped it into shallow right center, and it's a 1-run game. Tommy Rojas, the tying run at second for Enrique Cruz. This Battle Creek Ball Club, we're going to have a pitching change. What an outing by Michelle Samar. He sure deserves a win tonight, and that's what Bobby Magallanes is telling him. This crowd is alive. Oh, my goodness. Kwan got a good break on it. He was playing deep. That made the difference. He was playing deep. He dove, got a glove on it. It skipped by him. A poor throw home by the relay man, Brandon Wood, allowed Vasquez to score all the way from first. With 2 out, everybody was running, and a pitching change. Wow, the Battle Creek Yankees. They've won 6 of 7. They have the tying run at second now with 2 out, and they've made it a 1-run game. Oh, Michelle Samar, 6 2/3 of brilliant baseball. In 6 2/3, he leaves having surrendered 3 runs on only 5 hits. 2 of them doubles in this inning. Michelle struck out 9. His season high 10. And he walked only 2. One of the men he walked was in this inning, and he scored. He hit a batter. That batter scored. And now it's up to David Austin to try to keep the Kernels ahead here in the 7th inning. Man, oh man, did that fool you, Jeff? I thought that Rojas hit it hard. He hit it off the end of the bat, and it just got in front of Kwan.
I was as fooled as you. I thought Kwan would have no problem with that, and then all of a sudden he broke in on a mad dash and couldn't get there. And
just couldn't get there.
For Rojas, he scampered into second, and the throw was offline at the plate, and Battle Creek got it within 1.
Yes, the Yankees are charging hard. They're playing with such confidence right now. And the Kernel lead has been whittled to 1 here in this 7th inning. Well, we told you how great an outing that David Austin had Monday. It was terrific. In relief of the spot start of Jesse Smith, right-hander David Austin went 4 innings on Monday night. And in 4 innings, he gave up just 2 runs, the 2-run homer by Matt Carson in the 8th inning that won the game. Only 4 hits. He fanned 3 and he walked 1. David Austin, a 6'1", 185-pound right-hander out of the University of South Florida to face Enrique Cruz. Enrique will try to tie this game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, Kwan came agonizingly close to catching that ball that would have ended the inning and stomped out the Yankee rally. Cruz takes a beautiful curve, a strike called from David Austin. Let's not forget the Kernels still lead the game 4-3 despite being out-hit 5-3. Enrique Cruz is 1 for 2 tonight. A .235 batter facing David Austin. Ball 1 is just low. David 0-1 on the year, pitching for the 6th time, a 2.31 ERA. He's only given up 3 runs in 11 2/3 innings, fanning 10 and walking 4. Austin is set just below the chin. Fastball below the knees, ball 2. Boy, these Yankee hitters have great plate discipline. They know what to swing at. That pitch was right down the heart of the plate, but low by a half an inch. Cruz bounces 1 to short. Brandon Wood has it, and the inning ends with David Austin getting Enrique Cruz to bounce out to short. A 2-run frame for the rampaging Yankees. They scored 2 runs on a pair of doubles. 2 hits. There were no Kernel errors, and Battle Creek leaves the runner. They've stranded 3. Our Kernel of Wisdom comes your way in the top of the 8th inning. We'll continue to talk it over with Battle Creek broadcaster Jeff Hem, a graduate of the University of Iowa. After 7, Kernels 4, Yankees 3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Are you cut out for adventure? The Siebke Hoyt Jewelers Zone ESPN Radio Couchette Diamond Treasure Hunt is on. Listen for clues to unlock the location of the key phrase hidden somewhere in Cedar Rapids. We'll even give out the GPS coordinates for all you geocachers out there. Find the phrase, write it down on your official entry form, and you could win the rock that will melt your lady's heart. A Couchette cut diamond, the new shape for romance. The Couchette diamond, valued at over $5,000, is on display at Siebke Hoyt Jewelers. This week's clue, the key phrase can be found where Dean of Iowa now holds court. Log on to thezone1600.com for this week's GPS coordinates. Official rules and entry forms at Siebke Hoyt and online at thezone1600.com. You must be 18 years or older to enter. Take a chance at some serious bling-bling. Find the Couchette Diamond key phrase, and you could win. Sponsored by Siebke Hoyt Jewelers and the Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Get ready for high-speed action. Friday at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Down Speedway. This Friday, the ASA Papa John's Cup iWireless Stock Car Championship resumes. Landstar Safety Night.
Hotel Towing Kids Fun Giveaway.
Performance Concepts Late Model. Miller Time Modified. Budweiser Late Model Sportsman. Aaron Motor Supply Superstar. Marines.com IMCA Hobby Stuff. Women on Wheels.
$1 grandstand admission for Albernet, Centerpoint, Halo, Robbins, and Toddville residents.
Racing at 7:30 Friday night at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Down Speedway.
Jeff Ham and I talking over different broadcast techniques as we go to the 8th inning, 4-3 Kernels. Jeff is a broadcaster with the Battle Creek Yankees, a graduate of the University of Iowa. And Jeff, some of the younger broadcasters laugh at my technology. I use a tape deck, a Marantz, and most everybody else uses something called a what?
Well, I use a mini disc player for tracking my highlights, but yours probably is actually a lot more simple.
I don't know about that, Jeff. But I have fun with it, and that's all that matters.
That's right.
Our Kernel of Wisdom, we thought it'd be fun to look back at the 1966 World Series because the Dodgers are hosting Baltimore in Chavez Ravine tonight. And the 1966 World Series epitomized the dominant era of pitchers. The Dodgers scored only 2 runs in being swept in 4 games by the Orioles in '66. And the Dodgers scored single runs in the 2nd and 3rd innings of their Game 1 5-2 loss. They then went scoreless the last 33 innings of the 1966 World Series. That's our Kernel of Wisdom. Sean Rodriguez may try to bunt his way on against Ben Moore. Strike 1 called at the knees. The last 2 games won by Baltimore in that 66 series were by scores of 1-0. Jim Palmer, of course, pitched against Sandy Koufax in that series. A breaking pitch taken in the dirt by Sean, ball 1.
Boy, that's a matchup for you, isn't it?
Oh, a future Hall of Famer at age 20, and Koufax pitching his final game in the 3rd game of the World Series. Rodriguez has reached on an air, stolen a base, and skied to right. Ball 2 is low from Ben Moore. There is double barrel action down in the Battle Creek bullpen. A couple of right-handers throwing. One of them, Paul Thorpe, the Yankee closer. Sean pops it up down the right field line. Willie Vasquez has a play, and Willie is called off by the second baseman, who does a somersault and makes the grab. Enrique Cruz wound up slipping almost as he almost overran that foul pop, but he caught it. Sean Rodriguez is out for the first out of the Kernel 8th inning, as the second baseman made the play. Jeff, can you tell who's joining Paul Thorpe on his feet in that bullpen?
It looks like Matt Brummett. I'm trying to get a direct look at him here, but looks like you're right. It is double barrel with righties, and that is Matt Brummett.
All right, Brummett and Thorpe.
Sort of the close-up man now, the setup man rather for Paul Thorpe.
Quan bunts foul off to the left. Cosby had a bunt single earlier in this series. Our Kernel of Wisdom. A low-scoring 1966 World Series. Baltimore sweeping the Dodgers. Hank Bauer was their manager. And, of course, they had the stars Robinson. Brooks Robinson and Frank Robinson. Cosby swings at a changeup and misses strike 2. Well, the Yankees will have the top of the order up in their half of the 8th inning, so the Kernels really need to strike for something here to add to their narrow 4-3 lead. Quan's down in the count, and he wraps one on the ground to second. Enrique Cruz has been perfect in this series, and he throws to retire Quan on a roller to second. 2 out for Matt Pauley, who gave the Kernels a 2-1 lead in the 6th inning with his second home run of this series, his 6th of the season. It's always interesting to hear, Jeff, a guy your age in his early 20s. Where would you like to be, let's say, in 10 years?
In 10 years, I would hope to be a very nice replacement to Pat Hughes in the Chicago Cubs radio booth.
Those are the kind of goals I like to hear expressed, because let me tell you, you can do it. You can do it. Time, persistence, and sure, a little bit of luck, but it's great to have a goal. All of these kids want to play in the big leagues. Ripping one into the right field corner for extra bases is Matt Pauley. Over to get it, Matt Carson. Pauley will round second and hold on with a 2-out double. Matt Pauley's in scoring position for Blake Balcom. Matt Pauley has the 4th Kernel hit of this game, his 2nd. He drilled one to the left of Matt Carson down the right field line, and let's see if Battle Creek goes to their bullpen. They will not yet. They're going to let Ben Moore face Blake Balcom. Well, Jeff, that's a great goal to have, and that would be a dream job for any person, is to call Chicago Cub games, and you've named one of the most respected broadcasters in all of Big League Baseball, Pat Hughes.
Yeah, he's one of the best in my opinion, and for that reason, I need him to leave in a few years.
Well, we know you'll be standing for that opportunity. A strike on the outside corner, 1-1 to Blake, who is grounded to first, popped to second, and grounded to third following the Pauley 2-run homer in the 6th inning. Blake Balcom trying to drive home Matt Pauley to add to this Kernel 1-run advantage in the top of the 8th inning, 4-3. Ben Moore, the right-hander, set below the belt, delivers a curve for a strike 2 to Blake. Blake steps all the way out of the dirt batting circle.
Probably Ben Moore's last hitter. I did see Mosiello lift an arm out of the dugout to signal for the right-hander to speed up his warm-up tosses. So this could be it for Ben Moore. This is a big pitch right here.
Big for both ball clubs. A curve, it's sliced to short, past short. Matt Pauley will score to give the Kernels a 5-3 lead on a 1-2 delivery. A curveball, and Blake Balcom hit it sharply. A bullet on one hop past Hector Mate at short into left center, and Pauley scores. The Kernels with a huge 2-out run here in this top of the 8th inning. That RBI for Blake Balcom is 26th of the year. He has hit safely in every one of these games, and a pitching change appears to be imminent for the Yankees. No, here is Bobby Wilson. A throw to first, and back safely is Blake Balcom.
It's a little surprising to me, but that's why we're up here.
That's exactly what I have to remind myself of virtually every broadcast. It's also, Jeff, one of the reasons it's such a fun game is tactic, strategy, moves that are or aren't made are just so fun to speculate about. Not to second guess, but to give your opinion on.
That's right. Exactly right.
Blake Balcom at first. Bobby Wilson led off the Kernel 7th with an infield single. Boy, Balcom smashed one so hard that Hector Mate couldn't get to it, just to his left at short. Bobby taps one up the middle. It's through for a base hit. Blake Balcom will race around second. He'll try for third. The throw could get him. He's out at third to end the inning. That's all right. Bobby Magallanes and the Kernels live and die by that first to third mentality. They made Errol Dandress make a good throw. Errol Dandress made a good throw. Blake Balcom sliding in feet first was out by a good margin. It went 8-5. Andrus to Duncan. Credit Bobby Wilson with his second hit of this evening. In the 8th inning, 1 run for the Kernels on 3 base hits. They all came with 2 out. There were no Battle Creek errors, and the Kernels leave 1 man on. We've only stranded 2. Well, Jeff Hem, I know that you're going to do just great in this field mainly not due to your broadcasting ability. That stands on its own. That's good, and will get even better. But the kind of young man you are speaks very highly of your family, the Yankees, and the University of Iowa. We welcome you to the All-Star Game on Tuesday. Thank you for coming in and joining us to give us the insights on Battle Creek.
It's a pleasure, John, and I can't wait to see you in Cedar Rapids.
We can't wait either. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kernels 5, Yankees 3. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
It's one of those rituals of summer, mowing the yard. And when you're done, what do you do with the clippings? Well, your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling encourage you to leave those clippings on your lawn. This practice is called grass cycling, and it reduces your lawn's fertilizer needs because those clippings contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Grass cycling also helps crowd out weeds and build a healthier lawn. When you leave those clippings on your lawn, you reduce waste and save landfill space. Unless you have a crystal ball that really works, nobody can foresee all the risks that might become realities. Most of us don't have a foolproof crystal ball, though. That's why it's sensible to consider the calamities that might occur to your car, home, business, or life, and insure yourself against the worst. See Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance agent, about a well-planned insurance program for your individual needs. The future is uncertain. See your Pekin insurance agent, Phil Andrews, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, carpet makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the talking, you Yellow Book, the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Let your fingers do the walking through Yellow Book, the other book.
At T.O. Brown Stadium, and a full count on the leadoff hitter, Bryce Cartler. He has reached twice in 3 at-bats. A left-handed hitter facing David Austin, who came on to get the final out for Michelle Samar in the 7th inning. 5-3 Kernels. The payoff pitch is a deep drive to right. It should be a home run. Blake Balcom back on the warning track. Has it. The reason I said it should be a home run is Cartler got all of it. He got all of it, but Blake Balcom went back on the crushed limestone warning track and had about 3 feet. If it would have been hit about 3 feet further, it would have been a home run. 1 gone in the 8th inning. You usually go by the sound of the bat, the ball off the bat, and how high it's hit. And that one was hit high and deep to right. I forgot that Cartler's not a particularly big guy. He has 4 home runs, and Blake Balcom drifted back and caught it on the crushed limestone warning track right in front of the 8-foot-high plywood wall. A curve to Hector Mate is a strike. Now he whistles 1 foul, strike 2. David Austin has retired the only 2 batters he's faced. The Kernels up by a pair, 5-3, here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mate down on strikes, a 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock curve, and David Austin has set down 3 in a row. There are 2 gone here in the Battle Creek 8th inning. The Kernels about hit the Yankees 6-5. The batter, Eric Duncan. Michelle Samar struck him out 3 times. Samar had 9 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings. David Austin fires just outside a ball. You can guess who's warming up in the Kernel bullpen. All-star closer, Bob Zimmerman. Bob Zimmerman warming up for the Kernels down in the left field corner. Strike 1 called at the knees. It's 1-1 to the left-handed batter, Eric Duncan. Now Duncan skies one foul off to the left. Strike two. If we get any word from, well, we have gotten word just now from Oldsmobile Park, first place King County leading Lansing in the 8th inning, 2-1. We have to take care of what we can control, and that is our game here. Swing and a miss on a curve, low and in. David Austin retires the top of the order in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Austin, 4 straight, set down out of the Colonel bullpen following his magnificent performance here in the Colonel loss Monday night. 1-2-3, nothing across. That's the first time the Colonels have set the Yankees down in order tonight. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and it's the Colonels leading the Yankees 5-3. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Quiznos Colonels Kids Club members, did you know that your Quiznos Colonels Kids Club membership card is good for more than just great deals at the ballpark? That's right. By showing your Quiznos Colonels Kids Club membership card at any of the Cedar Rapids Quiznos, you'll receive a free small drink when you buy a Quiznos sub. That's a free small drink with the purchase of a Quiznos sub when you show your Quiznos Colonels Kids Club card.
Quiznos, toasty. June is Perennial Gardening Month, and Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, your perennial plant experts, have the best selection in the area. Peck's plants are tenderly cared for and await your selection for your very own perennial garden. Choose from daisies, daylilies, ornamental grasses, and many more, all potted, growing, and ready to plant for lasting beauty. Peck's reminds you that summer is a great time to plant, and Peck's experts will help you choose the right plants for your landscape areas. Stop in today and enjoy the beauty of plants all summer long. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, growing with the Cedar Rapids area since 1956, at the corner of Blairs Ferry and Edgewood Roads, Northeast.
Coming on for the second time in this series is a tall right-hander, Matt Brummett. It's 5-3 Colonels after 8 innings. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors by the Colonels. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors committed by the Yankees. Matt Brummett from Youngstown State, 6'4", 220. On Monday night, in the series opener, he pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed no runs, 1 hit, struck out none, and walked none. A hit in the Colonel top of the 8th inning by Matt Pauley off of this right-hander tied the game. Here's a little looper into shallow left, and it's going to be a base hit. A leadoff single for Brandon Wood. Brandon didn't hit it particularly hard, but he has his second straight hit. A leadoff single comes off right-hander Matt Brummett. Brandon was jammed and hit it off the trademark. He was strong enough to dump it over the head of Hector Made, the shortstop, and in front of the left fielder, S.D. Harris. Let's see if Matt Brown is bunting. We'll give you the final line on Ben Moore, the right-hander, who pitched 2 innings in just a moment. Matt Brown, with a 2-run sacrifice foul out to first his last time up, gave the Colonels a 4-2 lead with that at bat. He now has 50 RBIs. Brummett, a slider on the outside corner, a strike. Ben Moore, the Yankee right-hander, went 2 innings and allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. He struck out none and he walked none. Brandon Wood leading away at first, being held by Willie Vasquez. The Colonels desperately seeking to put some degree of cushion between themselves and Battle Creek. Up by 2 in the top of the 9th. Brown slaps the curveball foul, strike 2. Matt not bunting in this situation. I thought he might be. Matt Brummett, 1-0 this year, is on for the 10th time for the Yankees. He rubs up a new baseball behind the mound. A 2.16 ERA. This is his 10th appearance. He's only pitched 8 1/3 and given up 2 runs on 6 hits. He's fanned 13 in 8 1/3, walked only 1. The crowd comes alive, rooting for a strikeout, a throw to first, and Brandon Wood dives back in there safely. Brandon has a big lead now. Is he running? Yes, he is. Matt Brown, a deep drive to left, down the line, way back, way back. Goodbye! Goodbye for Matt Brown, his 16th of the year. With Brandon Wood running, Matt Brown clubs his 16th home run of the year to give the Kernels a much-needed cushion. It's now a 7-3 ball game. With Brandon Wood dashing off from first, headed to second, Matt Brown lofted one high and deep down the line and left. Out it went for his 16th of the year, and the Kernels now lead it 7-3. One of the fans in left throws it back on the field, saying, "We don't want that souvenir." S.D. Harris robbed Matt Brown of a 2-run homer yesterday in the second inning, leaping over the wall to take it back in, and Matt got enough of that one to drive it out of here. A 2-run homer in the top of the 9th inning, and it's 7-3 Kernels. Wow. What a terrific surge in this game. 2 in the 6th on a 2-run homer by Pauly. A shot foul by Baltazar Lopez. And he checks his bat. He's in the hole, 0-2. Baltazar is walked, hit into a double play, and lined to short. The Kernels with 2 in the 6th on the Pauly 2-run homer to take the lead. 2 in the 7th on a 2-run sacrifice fly by Matt Brown. A 2-out double by Matt Pauly and a 2-out single by Blake Balcom, producing a run in the 8th. And a 2-run homer with Brandon Wood aboard by Matt Brown comes here in the top of the 9th inning. Now Baltazar Lopez rolls one foul past first. It's still 0-2 to Lopez. This is a big, big game for the Kernels. They would snap a 4-game losing streak if they can win it and send us on to Peoria with some much-needed confidence. A good change of speed does in Baltazar Lopez. He swings and misses, strike 3. Matt Brummett has recorded the first out here in the 9th inning. Now the question becomes, will Bob Zimmerman come out to pitch the 9th inning? I think he will, although the Kernels may choose to stick with David Austin. Fastball just high to Michael Collins. Michael getting his first start of this season. 0-2 with a walk. An Uncle Charlie, and that is a strike at the knees. Top of the 9th inning, and the Kernels up by 4, 7-3. Matt Brummett with a breaking pitch low, ball 2. Now he taps one foul at the feet of the catcher, Tommy Rojas, and it's 2-2. Michael Collins, the catcher by trade, is the DH. He's a tall, strong right-handed batter from Australia. Brummett delivers, and rounding one foul to the on-deck hitter, Sean Rodriguez, is Michael Collins. Outfield plays him deep and straight away. Top of the 9th inning, 7-3 Kernels. Michel Samar gave the Kernels everything he had tonight. A base hit into left on a curveball. Michael Collins has the 3rd Kernel hit of this inning, and his first as a Kernel, and he hit it hard as he drilled it between Duncan at 3rd and Hector Mate at short. Sean Rodriguez is due. Sean, 0-3 tonight. And he is due. Sean is 0 for 12 in the series. He carried the ball club on his back in South Bend a couple of weeks ago. His dad, Johnny Rodriguez, was at Kovalevsky Stadium, and Sean was 8 for 14. Two series ago in South Bend. He's cooled off some. He takes high a fastball from Matt Brummett. Brumit. 6'4" right-hander from Youngstown State. A throw to first, and Michael Collins dives back in safely. Brummett was a Yankee 44th round pick in 2002. The Yankees have used the free agent market so frequently with mixed results in the last 25 years that you rarely hear about their farm system. Ripping one deep into left center is Sean Rodriguez. Over the head it goes of the center fielder, and Harold Andrus chases it down on the warning track. Rodriguez is going to be sent home. Here's the throw, and now he stops at third with a triple. An RBI triple by Sean Rodriguez. He bashed it deep into left center, high off that 18-foot high Yankee blue wall, over the head of Harold Andrus. Michael Collins scores, and the Kernels have put some distance between themselves and Battle Creek. They now lead it 8-3. Sean Rodriguez was due, and I mean he crushed a pitch from Matt Brummett and tripled off the left center field wall. Harold Andrus had a ricochet he didn't expect. It wound up ricocheting away from him, and he picked it up at the base of the 403 sign. And Sean Rodriguez darn near came home. It's 8-3 Kernels here in the top of the ninth inning. Slapping one foul to the backstop is Quan Cosby. Well, it took the Kernels a while to get back on track offensively, but now they've banged out 10 hits, and they've come up with 3 big ones here in the ninth inning to lead it by 5, 8-3. Cosby takes the pitch in the dirt, and holding at third is Sean Rodriguez. A Kernel win would snap a 4-game losing streak, and at the very worst, the Kernels would be a game out of first place and tied for second. At the best, the Kernels could, if Lansing can rally, they were in the 8th inning at Oldsmobile Park trailing 2-1, but if Lansing could rally and the Kernels hold on here, we could be in a tie for first going into Peoria. Tapping one foul and remaining in the hole 1 and 2 is Quan Cosby. A lot of different scenarios, just depending on what happens even tonight. If Peoria wins in Fort Wayne, they remain in a tie for the second with the Kernels if we prevail here tonight. Time is called. The infield is in for Battle Creek. They're in for the play at the plate. Rodriguez at third. Quan swings and misses, strike 3. Quan Cosby down on strikes. That's the second strikeout in the inning for Matt Brummett, the tall right-hander. Now it's up to Matt Pauley, who has been a star for the Kernels tonight. A 2-run homer in the 6th inning to put the Kernels ahead 2-1, and then a 2-out double and a run scored in the 8th inning to give the Kernels a 5-3 lead. It's now 8-3 Kernels. Matt loops one into left, and it's going to be a base hit. Coming home with the 4th run of the inning is Sean Rodriguez. Matt Pauley is 3 for 5. He jumped on the first pitch and looped it in front of S.D. Harris in left field for his 3rd run-driven end of the game. Sean Rodriguez scores. It's been a 4-run Kernel 9th inning, and they lead it 9-3. Matt Pauley with his 3rd straight hit. And it's 9-3 Kernels with Blake Balcom at the plate. Boy, did he have a huge hit his last time up. A 1-hop smash past the shortstop. Hector Made to score Pauley and make it 5-3. A curve and a half swing. Blake Balcom went around, strike one. Another breaking pitch. This one blocked in the dirt. Ball one, blocked by Tommy Rojas. The Yankees do not hold Matt Pauley. Swing and a miss by Blake on a hard slider. It's 9-3 Kernels, and we're in the top of the ninth inning. Michelle Samar gave up just 3 runs in 6 2/3, Fanning 9. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Blake Balcom fans, 8 Kernels came to the plate in the ninth inning, and the Kernels strike for 4 big runs on 5 hits. There were no Yankee errors, and the Kernels leave a runner, our third stranded this evening. We go to the bottom of the ninth in Battle Creek, and the Kernels are ahead by 6, 9-3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
When searching for a professional logistics team of experts to handle your warehousing operations, look to Worley Warehousing. Worley Warehousing will help you achieve greater efficiencies by providing superior warehouse facilities, technological advancements, and expert professionals. By focusing on technological innovations and keen foresight, Worley Warehousing has grown into one of our nation's leading warehousing operations. Worley Warehousing, your single source for all of your warehousing and distribution needs.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller can call.
Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, corporate employees and union members too. Airport National 27 Public Golf Course in Cedar Rapids has an unbelievable new corporate union season pass special for you. 2 people for $300, 4 people for $250, 10 people or more for only $200 each. Add a spouse for only $125 or just $50 for each child. Airport National Public Golf is now accepting new corporate, charity, and church golf outings and leagues starting as low as only $11 per person. Holy slice, Batman. Please visit us just 4 miles east of the Eastern Iowa Airport today.
We've just gotten word that the Kernels are going to need a victory here tonight to stay a game out of first place. Kane County derailed Lansing 3-1 at Oldsmobile Park. But we can't worry about that. We've got to get 3 tough outs here in the ninth inning, leading 9-3. David Austin was brilliant in relief of Michelle Samar. He went an inning and a third, allowed no runs, no hits, struck out 2 and walked none. Carlos Morban, a 6'6" right-hander, will be given the responsibility to try to get the Yankees in the bottom of the ninth, and he delivers a strike to Matt Carson. Carlos Morban is the Colonel hurler. He pitched with the Kernels last year, and he pitched yesterday quite effectively. His slider is outside. No, Carlos Morban pitched effectively here Tuesday. An inning of relief, scoreless relief. Strike 2 called to Matt Carson. Carlos Morban in 9 games, no record with the Kernels last year. 2-1 with Provo in 21 relief appearances last year. Ball 2, a breaking pitch to Matt Carson. Again, Kane County maintains first place no matter what happens here tonight as they beat Lansing 3-1. The Kernels 9-3 lead it by 6 here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Morban gets Matt Carson swinging. Matt Carson, nothing for 4 tonight, had 7 RBIs in this series. That was a nasty split-finger pitch from the 6'6" right-hander, Carlos Morban. Again, David Austin, an inning and a third, allowed no runs, no hits, struck out 2, walked none. Harold Andrus stands in, and a changeup from Morban is a strike called. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. 9-3 Kernels. The next pitch is a curve in the dirt for ball 1. We'll be playing in Peoria at O'Brien Field tomorrow. Fastball is high, and it's 2-1 to Harold Andrus. In fact, in Tuesday night's 13-4 Yankee rout of us, Morban was the only Colonel hurler who didn't give up a run. He fires low and inside, ball 3 to the hitter. Harold Andrus doubled and scored in the Battle Creek 2-run 7th to make it a 4-3 game. Or they made it a 4-3 game in that inning. Uh-oh, ball 4 just high. Oh, wait a minute. They call it a strike. Boy, a long delayed call by Jesse Redwine. He took forever to put up that right arm. Strike 2 to the batter. It looked like a strike, but Andrus was, well, a fifth of the way up first base. Now he tips one foul, and the count remains full to Harold Andrus. 11 hits for the Kernels, 5 for Battle Creek. He shoots one foul off the end of the bat. The count remains full. Carlos Morban, 21 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. He's in his 4th year of professional baseball. And he winds up walking Harold Andrus. The pitch was high and away. 1 on, 1 out. And the batter is Willie Vasquez. Glad you're with us on this Thursday evening. We'll have the Ask the Bobby Magallanes show tomorrow, our dugout interview at 6:10 dugout interview time. A double play ball. Rodriguez has it, feeds Wood for 1. Brandon to first, and the Kernels have won this game 9-3. A double play ends the game, a Kernel win. The biggest win of the first half, in my opinion, coming to stop a 4-game losing streak here in Battle Creek. Vasquez tapped into a 4-6-3 double play. Rodriguez to Wood, on to Baltazar Lopez. And the Kernels with a much-needed lift as we head to Peoria, taking the finale with a furious charge down the home stretch to win it 9-3. In the 9th, no runs for the Yankees, no hits, a walk. There were no Colonel Ayers, a double play, and nobody left for Battle Creek. We'll be back in just a moment with the very happy totals, highlights, and more. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
You save big money, when you shop Menards.
For great Father's Day gifts, shop Menards. Save big on a huge selection of top quality tools on sale. A skill jigsaw is just $26.77. A Hitachi 12-volt cordless drill and flashlight kit, only $64.95. Choose from a ProTech 10-inch table saw or a compound miter saw, just $79.99 each. Help Dad keep his car and deck clean with a Black Cat electric pressure washer. On sale now at Menards for just $68.88. A 6-gallon wet-dry shop vac is only $34.88. Or how about getting Dad a barbecue grill? A 35,000 BTU charbroil gas grill makes a great Father's Day gift, just $127. Or give Dad a Menard gift card. Available in stores and at Menards.com. Nothing says Happy Father's Day like a gift from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time for the Colonel's Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Colonel's game, let's rejoin the voice of the Colonel, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
A monumental task, and the Kernels succeeded in flying colors. The ball club really struggling offensively. Turned it around here tonight. It took patience and diligence, just what we said it would. But the Kernels come away with a huge win to break a 4-game losing skid, put more pressure on their opponents. Kane County has already won 3-1, so the Kernels will remain in second place in the Western Division first half standings by a game. The question will be, will we be tied with Peoria going into the weekend series at O'Brien Field, or will we have a game lead over the Chiefs? We'll find all that out hopefully soon. Michel Samar was the key to this Kernel victory. He answered the bell, and he pitched like a warrior. In 6 2/3 innings, Michel allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. He struck out 9, he walked 2, he hit a batter. The Yankees took an early lead in the second inning after Michel Samar struck John Urich in the head. Urich scored on a triple by S.D. Harris. It was 1-0 Battle Creek. With 2 out in the 6th inning, Juan Cosby hit what should have been a double play ball to the shortstop, Hector Mate. Mate missed second base with his foot, wound up having to tag the runner going from first to second, Michael Collins. Juan Cosby reached. That was a critical moment because Matt Pauley then belted his 6th home run of the year, his 2nd of the series, a 2-run shot off lefty Chase Wright to give the Kernels a 2-1 lead. I'm going to stop for just a moment and ask our good friend Jeff here for a big favor. Jeff, is there any way you can call Fort Wayne's press box and get a score? They're going to work on it. Thank you. Back to the game. Pauley's 2-run homer made it 2-1 Kernels in the 6th inning. Then the Kernels, an infield single in the 7th by Bobby Wilson. Brandon Wood doubled into 3rd. Matt Brown lofted a foul pop way down the first base side. With his back to home plate, Willie Vasquez caught it, and Bobby Wilson scored from 3rd. He bowled over the catcher, Tommy Rojas. The peg from Vasquez got by the catcher, Rojas. Brandon Wood scored all the way from 2nd on that key foul ball off the bat of Matt Brown that produced 2 runs. Michel Samar had a 4-1 lead. A 2-out double dumped in front of Juan Cosby by Tommy Rojas made it 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th. With the tying run at 2nd, David Austin, who pitched so well here Monday night in the 3-2 loss, got Enrique Cruz to bounce to short to end that Battle Creek 7th inning, and the Kernels still led it 4-3. They scored a huge run in the 8th inning with 2 outs. Matt Pauley doubled into right. Blake Balcom smashed one through shortstop into center to plate Pauley and make it 5-3. A 2-run homer by Matt Brown in the 9th, an RBI triple by Sean Rodriguez, and a run-scoring single by Matt Pauley gave the Kernels all they needed, a 4-run 9th, and they won it by the final of 9-3. We do have a score that we want to pass on to you right now in the top of the 7th. In Fort Wayne, Peoria and the Wizards tied at 1 in the top of the 7th inning. That's our game recap. We'll be back in a minute here on the Colonel Curtain Call to enjoy our Liberty Bank plays of the game. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Toyota Financial Services of Cedar Rapids understands the importance of reading in the lives of our community's children. That's why they're proud to fund the 6th annual Toyota Financial Services Colonel Summer Reading Program. The generous support of Toyota Financial Services will result in Colonel players conducting a record 32 elementary school assemblies this spring to encourage girls and boys to read throughout the summer. Their reading accomplishments will be recognized by Toyota Financial Services with fabulous rewards. Toyota Financial Services, a true hero to the Colonels and the youth of our community.
When we met, expected we would never forget Zio Janos. Now it were mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini. Or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. Zio Janos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember Zio Janos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Most of us have been in a situation before.
Behind Michel Samar's Spartan effort, the Kernels win here in Battle Creek, and they won it 9-3, out-hitting the Yankees 11-5. Iowa's fastest-growing community bank, Liberty Bank, is now proud to present our Liberty Bank Star Plays of the Game. Michel Samar was the key to this victory. He was trailing 1-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Quan Cosby at first, Matt Pauley at the plate. Let's listen in to our first Liberty Bank star play of the game.
This series. A deep drive to right. Did Pauly get enough? Did Matt Pauly get enough to give the Kernels the lead? Yes, he did. Matt Pauly has homered with 2 outs over the right field wall to propel the Kernels into a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 6th inning.
It was Matt Pauly's second home run of the series, and it gave the Kernels that 2-1 lead. Our second Liberty Bank star play of the game came in the top of the 7th inning. In the top of the 7th inning, the Kernels had runners at second and third with nobody out, and all-star Matt Brown at the plate. Here's our second Liberty Bank star play of the game.
Matt Brown fouls one down the first base side. Willie Vasquez chases. He may have a play. He catches. Bobby Wilson tags to throw home. Save! Bobby Wilson barrels into the catcher. Another run scores to make it 4-1 Kernels.
Brandon Wood was that other run as Bobby Wilson tagged from third. He scored on Matt Brown's sacrifice fly. So did Brandon Wood to make it 4-1. This third and final Liberty Bank star play of the game with the Kernels leading 4-1. The Yankees had runners at first and second. Check that at second and third with only 1 out in the 7th inning. Michelle Samar pitching to S.D. Harris.
Strike 3 called! Strike 3 called! A delayed call by Jesse Redwine. He may have been thrown off as S.D. Harris started running towards first base.
It was Michelle Samar's 9th strikeout in his 6th win of the year. 9-3 Kernels. Those are our Liberty Bank star plays of the game. The Kernels break a 4-game losing streak and will head into Peoria either tied for second, a game behind Kane County with Peoria, or in second place, a game behind Kane County, 1 game ahead of Peoria, depending on how the Wizards and Chiefs fare in Fort Wayne this evening. Up next on the Colonel Curtain Call, we'll take a look at scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Stay tuned. This is Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Most of us have been in a situation before in buying an automobile where what we owe is more than what our vehicle is worth. And sometimes it's thousands of dollars. There is a better way to put yourself in a better position when it comes to value, quality, and reliability. Put yourself into an industry-leading Honda automobile from Randy Kiel Honda. The Odyssey minivan boasts being #1 in safety and the #1 minivan on the market for the last 5 years. The Honda Accord leads the way in safety and has made the Car and Driver's Top 10 list more than any other car in history. The Pilot topped the SUV categories in its first year out and remains a class leader. And the CR-V continues leading in its class since its arrival in 1997. The subcompact Element is so functional and practical, they're selling as fast as they arrive. So doesn't it make sense to get the best value in the market at Randy Kiel Honda? Great folks to deal with, too, and #1 when it comes to getting you the best price. The home of confidence is Randy Kiel Honda, Centerpoint Road, or on the web at randykiel.com.
A 9-3 Colonel victory behind Michelle Samar here tonight at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek. The Yankees red hot had won 6 of their last 7, and the Colonels with a huge win will enter tomorrow night's series opener in Peoria with a great deal of momentum and confidence coming off this win. State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat now present our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Let's begin with a final this afternoon in Atlanta. It was the Royals trouncing the Braves 10-4. Cincinnati played at home at Great America Ballpark, and the Reds nipped Texas 4-3. Game 1 of a doubleheader in Philadelphia, and the Phillies whipped Detroit 6-2. Detroit leads the nightcap in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's not an official game yet. They lead Philadelphia 3-2, a rain delay. This afternoon at Miller Park, the Brewers bowed to the Mariners 6-3 Seattle. At Coors Field in Denver, the Red Sox dismantled the Rockies 11-0 today. And this afternoon at SBC Park, the Giants turned back the Blue Jays 8-5.
A final tonight from PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The Pirates continue to give our parent club trouble. It was Pittsburgh bouncing the Angels 5-2. Now, in the bottom of the eighth at Olympic Stadium, Minnesota has a 5-3 lead over the Expos. 1-1, the White Sox and Marlins at Pro Player Stadium. They're in the bottom of the ninth inning. A game delayed by rain at Chase Stadium. The Indians nothing, the Mets nothing in the top of the fifth inning. They're tied at Minute Maid Park. The Cubs in Houston 2-2 in the top of the seventh. In the top of the fifth inning, the Athletics on top of the Redbirds 3-0. The Yankees in Arizona scoreless in the top of the first. And just underway at Petco Field, the Padres entertaining the Devil Rays. Baltimore at the Chavez Ravine to take on the Dodgers in a rematch of the 1966 World Series. That game, too, just underway. That's our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Tonight, right-hander Michelle Samar came up big and pitched brilliantly, leading the Kernels to a 9-3 victory over the Battle Creek Yankees, a game highlighted by 3 RBIs from Matt Pauley and 4 RBIs by Matt Brown. He clubbed his 16th home run of the year, a 2-run blast in the ninth, had a 2-run sacrifice fly in the seventh to give the Kernels a 4-1 lead. Matt Brown now with 52 runs driven in. The Kernels come up big and are on their way to the Peoria in just a little bit for a pivotal fun, I can't emphasize that enough, a fun 3-game series with the Chiefs. 9-3 Kernels. Thanks for making us a part of your Thursday evening here in Cereal City, USA. Our in-studio engineer was Emily. She did a terrific job as always. I'm John Rogers. Special thanks to the young broadcaster Jeff Hem of the Battle Creek Yankees for joining us in the latter third of the game. 9 for the Kernels, 3 for the Yankees. The losing streak is over, and the Kernels are 39-27 on the year, heading into Peoria. Dugout interview time tomorrow, the Ask Bobby Magallanes Show, 6:10 dugout interview from O'Brien Field. 9-3 Kernels, and we wish you a great Thursday night. You've been listening to Colonel Baseball on The Zone.
This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming already in progress.